and Shohei Ohtani on the mound. And can anybody of the Cardinals catch a pass? And in college football, Big 12 games for ASU and U of A. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, hanging out today. ESPN Studios is where you can find us. Matt is here, along with Connor as well. Manuch, how are you, Matt?
I'm doing good as usual. It's always a good day when you get up and get going. I can talk, I can coach, I can do anything, everything, and then some. It is a good day,
Lord help
to
us,
be up and moving around. Now, if you get up and you don't see your name in the obituaries, it's going to be a good day.
It is a good day.
It's going to be a damn good day. And
I'm with you.
I'm excited to see if the Diamondbacks can make the run. 6 games to go. They got a few minor obstacles. It's called the LA Dodgers.
That's minor.
And the San Diego Padres. Who else would you want to finish off your season? Would you want the lowly Marlins or the Pittsburgh Pirates or, I don't know, the Nationals, the teams that you're chasing for that third wild card spot to see if they can win their games? By the way, okay, Marlins the last $15?
I don't think so.
Or did they jack into like 45
No,
apiece?
I think they're closer now to like 100 to get in because Shohei's on the mound.
But here's the thing. I would think, it's always been like the Dodgers, the Yankees, and Red Sox fans outnumbering the Diamondback fans.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might change. Monday night game, 6:40 first pitch. And I think on top of that, we talk about the Dodgers invading Chase Field. Well, I would think that the Diamondback fans would counter that, and I would hope it'd be 60-40 Diamondback fans over the Dodger fans. I think that might be something that is utilized when you look at this team coming to town. And for the last series per se, to have it 2 night games, the last game on Thursday, the getaway game is going to be very interesting to see how they do. And let's go. Let's get this rotation going one way or the other.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think there's going to be a lot of Dodger fans in the stands.
There will be.
It could be like 50-50. 50-50.
You think 50-50?
You told me. Yeah, I think it's going to be like that.
I believe in the D-back fans.
I know you do.
Get their butts out there.
I know who spends money, though. And if Shohei's on the mound, Dodger fans are going to show up. Okay, so we have that game tonight. Your comfort level this evening between 0 and 10, 10 being the best comfort level. Where are you?
I like the Diamondbacks' chances because of their bats.
What's the number?
I'm going to give them a 7.5. I'm going to give them that high. Yeah. Momentum, home game.
Yeah.
They are backs up against the wall.
What did I just say about the crowd?
Well, the crowd aside, you can't control the crowd. Diamondbacks, about the game on the field.
No, you said home game. I got a feeling that the Dodger fans are going to really, really change the temperature in that room tonight.
But
I really do.
That's nothing new. The Dodger
I'm
fans
giving them a 5.
They've always invaded, Chase
They always
Field.
have, but this will be nuts. And look, we both know that the Dodgers have clinched. They're in. San Diego has clinched. They're in. But you don't want to just not play your best players and not have them play well, because we have seen in the past that thought process, it doesn't work, because when the lights come back on in the playoffs, your guys have been lax for several days, and then they can't get their stuff back and get in groove.
Well, they learned a valuable lesson a couple years ago.
Yep.
When they did that. They took on the Diamondbacks in that first wild card round, and the Dodgers came in as the champs of the National League West and got swept.
Yep.
Now, the Diamondbacks got hot at the right time. I think they also exhaled, realizing they came in through the back door, and they got some help in reference to making that wild card spot just 2 short years ago. Last year, they missed out by a game. I believe there's a doubleheader. I think it was the Mets or somebody that whoever won that first game, the Diamondbacks were out. So it didn't make any difference one way or the other for the Diamondbacks. I really believe that, this team just play first and foremost, you need Brandon Pfaadt, and you got Pfaadt, and you look at this starting rotation, they're going to have to really, really stay, I think, be smart pitchers per se when I look at this.
Okay.
So you got Pfaadt on the mound tonight against Ohtani, as you mentioned. You got Nelson tomorrow night versus Snell. And then I'm interested to see if they stick with Crismatt on Thursday afternoon.
You think they might move up somebody?
Yeah, I really believe. I think you may want to move up Gallen, knowing what the situation is. We'll catch up with Tom Candiotti, the color analyst for your Diamondbacks here at 1:30, get his thoughts to see if that has changed. But right now it's Pfaadt tonight, Nelson tomorrow against Snell, and then the getaway game on Thursday we'll have Crismatt and Yamamoto, and then Gallen, Rodriguez, and Pfaadt. Now, Gallen will be going against Darvish against San Diego. Those last 3 games over in San Diego.
If they don't move him up.
If they don't move him up. I think at this point it's all hands on deck. Whether you get 5 days rest or 4 days rest or 3 days rest, hey, all hands on deck.
Yep.
We need the best of the best. And as well as Erod has finally pitched these last 5 games, and Zach Gallen, how well he's pitched, you're going to need these guys. So the next 6 games, I feel you got to win at least 5 of the next 6, or call a game, set, match, and move on, get ready for next year.
Manuch, you as a former quarterback in the National Football League, how upset did you get when your receivers, if you hit them right in the hands and they keep dropping the football? Did you go and yell at them, hey, put some stick-em on your hands and catch the damn ball? What did you do?
I had this situation at K-State.
Okay, in college.
My good buddy Charlie Green, he was a home run hitter.
Okay.
Excuse me, but he might drop 2 a game.
Wow.
So it was just, I would just go, just encourage him. All you could do is go, hey, Charlie, just focus in, look it in all the way. I mean, he dropped a couple home runs here and there, and I just go, Charlie, just focus. And then he make an outstanding catch. To what you're alluding to as far as Kyler Murray with Marvin Harrison Jr. or Marv Jr. as I call him, is you just got to keep encouraging him. And I think the receiver coach has got to go to Marv and say, Marv, just relax, use your hands. On 2 of the drop, I'll go about 3 drops.
Yes.
He used his chest.
I agree.
Okay, so like last week against Carolina, on that fade route, he didn't attack the ball with his hands and high point it. He let it come into his chest. Thus, it was broken up by the Carolina Panthers defensive back. On the wide ass open drop.
How wide?
Yeah, he was wide ass open on that drop. He let it get to his chest. And I've never seen this young man let the ball get to his chest. He usually catches with his hands and attacks the ball. The drop in the end zone, the pass interference on Zay Jones, right?
Yep.
That ball got to his chest. Now, he was falling back. He usually catches it with his hands. So I don't understand why he's trying to catch with his chest all of a sudden. Has he lost confidence in using his hands? I think there's part of it. But to answer your question, Jimmy, you just got to say, hey, look, hang in there. you'll be fine. Just look the damn ball in. I might say be something like that. Just use your hands.
You might be a little more forceful.
I might be a little emphatic about catch the damn ball, look it in, and we'll be good.
Okay.
And I would just say, look, we need you to use your hands. I'd emphasize hands versus chest. Now, another thing a lot of folks did not mention, failed to mention, there was a route where Kyler Murray threw it up the field like a fade route.
Mm-hmm.
He had press coverage. The corner was up.
Right.
So if you got an out route or any kind of anything you're going the outside, if the corner's up on you, you're automatic to fade that route. He broke it off. Kyler thought he was fading it. Your number one adjustment is fade route if corners are pressing on you and you're going outside. Now, if you're going to go inside, you got to get inside and run the slant or get your body to the inside. That's like the second or third miscommunication this team should be over with into his second year.
Agree.
So even Kyler looked at him and like pointed up the field like fade. You know, the corner's up. You got to, if it's an out route, you got to fade. That's your adjustment.
Yep.
So there's some finer nuances that are not happening with this combination that should have been cleaned up by now or cleaned up in preseason. But I will say this, Jimmy B, I'm going to advocate till I get my feet in the grave when I'm, 105, give or take.
That works for me.
You got to get this in preseason. You got to get this stuff down in preseason. This can't be happening 3-4 games into the regular season. That's why I'm adamant about you playing your starters in the preseason. Get these bugs worked out. You can't go 4 or 5 games into the season. Next thing you know, you're 3 or 4 games back. Fortunately, they're 2-1. And not 0-3.
Well, they beat the two teams that we thought that they should beat, and they did. Lost to the team that we thought they would probably lose to in the 49ers. And, of course, Thursday night, they are matched up against Seattle. Hey, this portion of the program presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. Don't forget, we are live every Monday at Biggs in Peoria, right in the P83 shopping area, 83rd Avenue and Bell. We are there from 1 to 4, but then we stick around for Monday Night Football and a chance to roll for dough, the dice for $10,000. By the way, thanks to everybody that came out last night. The joint was jumping. Our next Monday night, it'll be the Bengals at the Denver Broncos. We look forward to seeing you there as well. We will see you at Biggs in Peoria on Monday. All right, coming up, it's our replay rewind. And don't forget, there are lots of ways to listen to this world-class radio program. It's ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2. You can get us at TuneIn, Arizona Sports app. Yell at your smart speaker, hey, play ESPN 620. And yeah, Alexa also listens, and we're streaming on YouTube. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years right here in Phoenix using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our 3 Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky six-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
You buckle them in, but are they really protected? In Arizona, child passenger safety starts with the right car seat. Double-check that your child is in the proper seat based on their age and size, and that it's correctly installed. The wrong fit or a loose seat can put your child at serious risk. Need help installing your car seat? Certified technicians can help for free. Learn more at gohs.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind, the top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We roll all the way till 4 o'clock today. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Look, can't the Arizona Cardinals offense look anywhere near what the Detroit Lions offense looks like, Manu? Am I asking way too much?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you are, Jimmy, because you look at this offense.
Wow.
For the Detroit Lions, they are loaded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and they're not making mistakes. They got receivers on the same page with the quarterback.
Yep.
And they have a running game. I mean, lo and behold, they have a running game. 224 yards in that game last night against the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep.
Seriously? Now, the Ravens, their defense, they're giving up a lot of points. Think about this, 41 versus the Bills.
Yeah.
38 the week before, 30 last night against the Detroit Lions. And I quite frankly think this Lions team, offensively, maybe the hottest team. I think Jared Goff is the hottest quarterback in the National Football League.
Wow, that's saying a lot here, three games in.
But it's the defense of the Ravens that are really struggling. But I think that when you got two outstanding running backs,
yes,
you can open up your passing game, and you got a quarterback whose system really hasn't missed a beat. Ben Johnson gone over to the Chicago Bears, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. Yeah, this team looked really good on the road in Raven territory, and to put 38 points on the Baltimore Ravens defense.
Smoked them.
Did hell freeze over? Didn't get the memo. Where you at, Ravens defense?
All right, let's do our replay rewind. And you're probably saying, well, why are you talking about last night's game? Well, it's all part of the replay rewind, beginning with the aforementioned quarterback, Jared Goff.
They pitch to Gibbs. Touchdown!
All right, so in that on ESPN, they didn't, because it's television, so they really didn't describe it. Goff takes the snap, he hands it off, and then on the wide receiver come around to St. Brown, and St. Brown pitches it to Gibbs, Manuch.
We call that an option pitch out.
Wow.
It's very rare. It's like if he was coming down like a veer option, he hands it off, and then coming in motion from the left side to right side with St. Brown.
Yeah.
So as soon as he got it, defense sucked up. He pitches it out to him. So you technically have two guys in motion plus the quarterback.
Yeah.
What a creative play that is the Detroit Lions. They drew at the right time.
Okay, let me drop this on you before I get to the next play, because it is all about Aiden Hutchinson, and that dude is a real football player. I'm watching the game, and every time it seemed they got the fourth down, Dan Campbell, he doesn't even signal for his kicking team to come out and kick a field goal. Hell no, we're going for it. I don't care where it is or how far it is.
Yeah, you just better be
He's
careful.
Crazy.
Yeah, and you know what they cost him last year in a couple games?
I remember it did.
And if he has a bad season and he continues that, don't ever say we told you so.
Okay.
Because it cost him in the NFC Championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. He passed up on 2 field goals. They probably could have won by, I think, 3 points.
Remember that.
But I think sometimes pride cometh before the fall. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face.
Okay.
So I think that he's got to understand, if he's a yard out, you should make it. You should make it down there. But if you're 4th and goal from the 3 or 4, fortunately they had the nice touchdown pass, well-designed plays.
Yes.
I get that. But if it's a tight game going back and forth, your machismo may catch up with you. You got to be very careful. In tight, close games, you got to get the points.
All right. They had 7 sacks last night on the quarterback.
On
Lamar Jackson, the quarterback. And they forced Derrick Henry to fumble the football. It is his 3rd fumble in 3 games. Here's how it went down last night.
This drive starts at the 21, down by 4. Hand off to Henry, and he gets it punched out. It's recovered by DJ Reed. Knocked out on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
And he really didn't punch it out. He just went to tackle him and just kind of grabbed at the ball. And it's very rare. I've hardly seen Derrick Henry fumble a fumble in the, played 10, 12 years?
I think he only fumbled twice the entire season.
He's fumbled against the Bills. It cost,
yes, you're
cost
right,
him the game.
Yep.
And then this one there doesn't really punch it out. He just makes a hard attempt at the football and kind of comes out and hits it and again knocks it out. And you saw Derrick Henry go off the sideline, just slams his helmet. Look, take care of the ball. If there's one thing they tell you, pro coaches will tell running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, secure the ball, take care of the ball, don't turn the ball over.
Okay, so that was last night's game and a terrific win by the Lions, who are now 2-1 on the season. So we're getting ready for a Thursday night game, Cardinals and the Seahawks. Here is the head coach, Jonathan Gannon, quickly with some comments, how he was disappointed with what went down in San Francisco.
Watching all 3 phases, just disappointing, honestly, to not come away with a win there. As a good football team on the road, had our chances and didn't convert our chances, and that's life in the NFL. So,
it's interesting. I hear that. There's a difference between winners and losers. Those winners convert those chances. If you're going to lose on a consistent basis, you don't convert those chances. I just hear that over and over and over again. I don't know how you correct that. I think for the receivers, catch it, tuck it away, take care of the ball. I'm sure they'll emphasize the hell out of that for this game on Thursday night, taking on Seattle, who's very aggressive on the defensive side, who's very aggressive at punching the ball out, who's very aggressive at tackling. So that's got to become a mindset of, if the ball's in my area or we're an offensive line, we need to get 4th down in a yard, we got to get it, then that mindset has got to be different. And when you hear we had our chances and we didn't, on the other side, you hear Kyle Shanahan say, we had our chances and we converted. That's the difference between those that win and those that lose.
There you go. Here is Kyler Murray speaking to the news media. James Conner is having ankle surgery. He is done for the year. Foot surgery, excuse me. And he is done for the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to replace my dog, everything that he does, on the field, the little nuances of the game, his feel for the game that may go unnoticed, stuff that you can't coach that he does that people don't really realize. But, his feel for the game, his leadership, just his presence, in the huddle, in the locker room. You can't really replace that for real.
You lost your bell cow. You lost your leader, your heartbeat, your soul of that team. And he also holds guys accountable. I mean, he's not afraid of getting your grill with your lineman, receiver, or whomever. And I think that's a huge, I cannot tell you, that's a third of your offense, maybe close to half of your offense. It's got to sit out the rest of the year. Connor,
let us skip down to the very last Kyler Murray soundbite here. And the reason I want to make sure I get this one on the show, Manuch, I have questions for you after we hear of Murray talking about the short work week.
Well, you got just less time to obviously go over things, but you got to cram it in. We're not the only people that have to go through it. Everybody has to go through it. So I just think it's part of the game, and we've done it before, so it's not not a surprise. We understood what was coming. This has been on the schedule for a long time, so I think we'll be fine.
Okay, so that's Kyler Murray with the game coming up Thursday. Manuch, my question to you is, so when you have a short turnaround, do you have time to implement anything new, or is it pretty much standard playbook of what you just ran against the 49ers?
Well, you have to implement new things because Seattle's going to look at your tape against San Francisco. Mm-hmm. You can run a lot of the same stuff, but you got to run different formations, different motions. I mean, San Francisco runs a lot of the same plays. They just give you different looks. They give you a different formation. They give you a different motion. They do so many different things. Now, the only problem with that is you only have so much time because the guys, I think on a short week, they're not going to have a day off. So they go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, game Thursday. Right. And then they'll basically go, Friday, Saturday off, whatever. So you can implement, but you got to implement what makes sense because you're trying to put a 10-pound ball in an 8-pound hole. It's very difficult. Yep. So you got to go back to things that work for you, but you've got to add some finer nuances, but you just can't throw the whole playbook out there. It's got to be kind of by attrition to what you do best.
Today's Replay Rewind presented by our great partnership with Lerner & Rowe. In a wreck, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900, always at lernerandrowe.com. They can help you, and you get a free consultation. Again, it is Lerner & Rowe. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. All right, coming up, Tom Candiotti is going to be our guest. He's going to be working tonight, radio analyst for the Diamondbacks, matched up game 1 against the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani on the mound. Can't wait to get the Candyman here on the show. You're listening to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Here is a ESPN 620 update with Matt Lazarus.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The D-backs open a crucial 3-game series against the Dodgers at Chase Field that could define their playoff fate. Brandon Pfaadt takes the mound for Arizona, while Dodgers phenom Shohei Ohtani counters for LA. With 6 games left and the D-backs just 1 back, the margin for error is gone, and it's must-win baseball the rest of the way. First pitch is at 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6 o'clock on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Join us for our 3rd watch party on Saturday, October 11th at Backyard in Gilbert as the Sun Devils head to Utah. Incredible Dos Equis drink specials, plus at halftime, 25 people will roll the jumbo dice for their chance to win $10,000. Dos Equis Backyard's the official home for all Sun Devil road games. Tom Candiotti will join the guys next.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
It's a fact. Dietary fiber is essential for digestive health. But did you know there's a special type of dietary fiber that also lowers blood sugar and cholesterol levels? You heard me right. There's a special type of dietary fiber, the kind found in glucose-down drink mixes, that keeps blood sugar and cholesterol levels in a healthy, normal range. It's clinically proven, science-based nutrition, and it really works. Look into glucose-down drink mixes today. Go to myglucodown.com. That's myglucodown.com. You'll be glad you did.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Hey, Manuch here. As a former NFL quarterback, I've taken a few hits, but nothing worse than bad underwear. Sweaty, itchy, riding up. Now that's a daily sack nobody needs. The crew at Cho Boys sent me their boxers and boxer briefs, and I'm telling you, these are the real MVP. The bamboo pairs, game changers. Cool, soft, breathable, like calling the perfect audible for your lower half. Even out in this Arizona heat, Cho Boys keeps me comfortable and focused. I've swapped out the old gear. Now I'm Team Cho Boys, and the whole squad at ESPN 620 is too. Try one pair, you'll feel the difference. Hit up chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com for underwear that protects the pocket and keeps you cool in crunch time.
That's a knuckleball. I mean, that ball, he sees it. It's in the middle of the plate at one point, and then see you later.
Candyman. The Candyman can.
1-1. Swung on. That's driven high and deep. Right field on its way, and long gone for Carroll. It's a 3-run blast, his 31st of the year, and the D-backs with an early offensive explosion have taken a 6-0 lead. Thank you to 98.7 for the highlight of Corbin Carroll's 3-run jack. It is playoff time. It feels so much like playoff time. That's why we've invited the Candyman here on the show. You can follow Tom Candiotti on X at Tom Candiotti. The Candyman arrives. Okay, so here we go, Tommy. I need your answer on this. Pitching.
What do you got?
Okay, bring it, Jimmy. Let's go already. Pitching matchups, so important. What do we get out of Shohei Ohtani tonight? Do they utilize him for 3, or if he's rolling, do they let him go 5?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think if he's really throwing the ball well, Roberts will probably try to stretch him out to see how he's feeling. Obviously, after every inning he comes in, and if he's being effective or not. But I think they ideally would like to get him built up for be able to go like 5 strong innings, going into the playoffs and stuff like that. So if he's feeling good, he's probably going to go. If he's not feeling that good, if his command is shaky, then they might not try to tax him and just maybe pull him after 3.
Tom, you got Fott taking him on tonight. Then you got Nelson. And then for the getaway game, is Crismatt going to be the opener? Or I thought that he was going to go to the bullpen, or that Troy was just going to stay with his standard rotation of 4. Has that changed?
Well, I don't really know yet. We go down and see Torrey here in a little while.
Okay.
And we'll see, he'll probably give us some more clarity to it. Maybe not. Who knows what they're trying to do. But, if they go with Crismatt, I think that, they'll keep an eye on him. And if he starts scuffling, especially with his command, because, he's not going to be an overpowering guy. He just, throws strikes and gets outs. And so if he starts, the quality of the strikes aren't real good, this Dodger lineup can, they can do a lot of damage. So I think they'll keep an eye on him if he does open that last game.
Candy, you see this team day in and day out. When did the light bulb go on for you in the booth that this team actually, after all of the trades and injuries, still had a shot at possibly being a wild card team?
this light has been blinking. That's the problem. It's a blinking light. So it's like you lose to the Rockies, and you go, oh, these guys can't beat the Rockies. They can't beat anybody, and you beat the Phillies 2 out of 3. You beat, whoever. And so now it's like the light is definitely on, and it's shining bright right now. And, I mean, it doesn't come out or work out any better for the Diamondbacks now that you're facing the teams in your division that you have to beat. So that's what you have to do. You're going to face the Dodgers, whether it's trying to get in or at some point, and you want to beat them. And then the Padres, who, clinched a spot last night, they're going to be in, and they're probably going to be giving some guys a rest and probably not taxing guys and stuff like that. But, we'll see how that goes when we get there. But more than anything, it's really about this game tonight. The D-backs, they need to win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers at home. And then, hopefully you get a little help.
I got to tell you, Tom, this is such a Disneyland script. You got to let's say you got to win at least 5 out of 6 versus the Dodgers and the Padres. Cincinnati's got to take on Pittsburgh. And then the Mets have got to take on their last 3 games are going to be against the Marlins. Now, the Marlins have won 9 out of 10. But, I mean, if you sent this script to Hollywood, and if the Diamondbacks can sneak in the back door to that 3rd wild card spot, why wouldn't you play the best of the best to sneak in while the others are playing the worst of the worst, so to speak?
I'm with you. I love to play the best of the best.
Absolutely.
You see how you measure up. I always think that's important, like during, the middle part of the year to see where you're at when you're playing a really good team. But I would not underestimate the Marlins, man. Those guys are tough, and they play and they're hungry. That's a hungry, team down there and trying to prove everybody wrong. It's a dangerous club. The Diamondbacks, look at the top of the order is spectacular. Yes. We all know that. But, if you can keep getting the bottom part of the order, doing their job and getting on base and creating opportunities, when they flip that lineup over, that's where this team does their damage. And so, I look at this game tonight and I see Fott, he doesn't jump out there like he's a Blake Snell or, one of the upper echelon pitchers, but he is at home. He is amazing at Chase Field, and he's horrible on the road. So you got him here against the Dodgers. I mean, I think it's a good scenario for the D-backs.
And Tom, to that point, when you look at like on Sunday's game, the blowout, look at the bottom of the order, Lawler is your DH and Barossa. How about that young man getting his first home run? By the way, I love the tradition of ignoring a guy's first home run and letting him just go by.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's
and
great.
the guy's giving him some love. But does that eventually pay off? I mean, you've had a long season. Vargas, Taiwa, Lawler, Barossa, the bottom order, as you mentioned, it seems like it starts to come to fruition that they've had enough at-bats. They've seen enough to be productive the last 6 games of the season.
Here's the deal, honestly, with hitting, especially modern day hitting now. It's all really being in command of the strike zone, right, as a hitter. And so you need to get a good pitch to hit because the guy's stuff, this stuff out there is so good and so elite that you can't be swinging the pitches on the edges or pitches off the edges. You just can't. You're not going to do much with them. And that's why when you look at Barossa, he hasn't walked one time all year. Mm-hmm. I forget how many at-bats, like 50 at-bats maybe or something like that. Doesn't have one walk, so he's got to be able to, get a better command of the strike zone when he's hitting instead of just trying to guess it's a fastball and swing as hard as you can. And once in a while, you're going to run into one. But you can't do that when you're starting to play, crucial games and stuff where you need to put together a good at-bat. And so I think you're seeing the emergence of McCarthy doing that. I think he works the zone a lot. If we could have everybody work the zone like Perdomo does, I mean, this would be like an unbeatable team. I mean, he's that good, really just kind of working the strike zone. So, I think guys like Lawler and Barossa, like you said, I think, the talent is there, but they got to take the next step of really learning how to handle the strike zone.
Okay, so the D-backs really are like surprised to be in this position, but the reason that they are in this position is the downfall of the New York Mets. Candy, with all the time that you spent playing in the bigs and now as a broadcaster, have you ever seen a team with the talent level that the Mets have collapse the way that they have down the stretch?
Yeah, it's too bad, isn't it?
Yeah, cry me a river.
I love to see it, because to me they took the Diamondback spot last year. This year we have the tiebreaker on them.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the Reds have the tiebreaker on us.
Yes,
and so that's another consideration. Sometimes we talk about games not really meaning a whole lot, earlier in the year and whatever, but they do now. And unfortunately, the Reds have beat the D-backs. I think it's 4 out of 6, and they hold the tiebreaker on us. So, we got to get a little help against the Reds also.
So, Tom, what's the vibe in the clubhouse? You got to win. Let's say the goal is you got to win at least 4 or 5 out of 6 to have a chance. How does Torrey get the guys ready? How does he keep them relaxed? Or do you just business as usual, go out there and not put any more undue pressure on yourself?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's his job really, is to kind of keep guys, their emotions in check, so to speak. So, the talent can come out. When you start feeling a lot of pressure, it's hard to perform. And so I think it's more business as usual. I think the players know exactly what's at stake. They know it's important to have good at-bats. They know it's important to throw good quality pitches. They know it's important to get good secondary leads, hit the relay man, do all the little things that really don't show up in the box score. And I think, with Dave McKay there, he stresses that. Dave's been through like a million postseason games, and he knows what it takes. And that's a big plus, having him there, with Torrey, that, they can kind of keep these guys calm but the players themselves, they know what's going on. There's no secret to it.
Yeah, I think, Tom, it's kind of like in a football game for a quarterback. You're so jacked up. You're not going to hit a home run every throw. Take the check down. Just run your offense, right? Just go out there and just play your game and don't make it any more than you have to. But that's tough with a lot of young guys, Tom. They've never been down that road. They don't know which direction to take when they get to the fork in the road, right?
I know. Well, it's all learning experience, and that's the beauty of having young players. And the nice thing is you got a couple, veterans sprinkled in there that kind of know, James McCann. I think, McCann has been really, really good. He's a good veteran. He can really handle the pitching staff really well. And that way they can give Moreno a day off and let him DH, because you need his bat in the lineup. Mm-hmm. But having, some guys like that have kind of been through it, and some of these guys have. We got to remember that, they got all the way to the World Series in 2023. They know what it takes. They know how difficult that was, getting through the Brewers, getting through the Dodgers, getting, through the Phillies, and just, headbutting, with the Rangers, and unfortunately came out on the wrong end of that one. But, they've been through it, so they know that they got to play a mistake-free baseball. If you're going to start making errors and you're going to start, not being able to move the runner over when you have to, or get the out, be a good situational players, you're probably not going to win these games. That's why you really got to keep your eye on guys like Blaze Alexander, who, I love the kid. I love the energy. I love everything, but he hasn't been through this yet. And so it's nice to have some guys around him that have been him, that can rub off on him.
All right, we'll let you go then on this one. When all of the injuries took place, then the trades, how much research did you have to do to learn who the players are that were being put into the bullpen?
No kidding.
It's a never-ending, table going down there. Open the door, close the door. Who's this? Who's that? It's still happening. So, that's why I always think it's really important to get a good starting performance. It really does set the tone of the game. And if you can get as much out of your starter, as long as he's effective, I think Torrey's going to go that route right now. And that will be really, really key. So if they pitch well out of the gate, the starters, they're going to have a good chance to win, this series. And so, knock on wood.
Hey, Tom, by the way, if you got to step on that cornerback, I'm going to look the safety off. I'll give you a little more time. I'm coming to you. I'm going to lay that bad boy out there because I know TC.
Hey, when in doubt, throw deep, buddy.
That's right.
Candy, thank you as always, pal. Have a great call tonight.
All right, thanks.
There you go. Tom Candiotti, everybody. He'll be working later. You can hear the game, 98.7 FM. That is the Diamondbacks radio network. And Candy is presented by All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company, where your career can really take off. Why? Because they are hiring. And if you're not happy with what you're doing right now and you're looking for a new gig, here's all you have to do. Just go online, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com and search careers. They pay well and they have excellent benefits. I'll just give you a couple. Steady work schedules. They have a 401k match. They also have a fuel allowance. It's all available at All City Towing. It's allcitytowing.com, All City Towing, where your future is on the move. When we come back, injury updates in the National Football League. We all know the Cardinals have lost running back James Conner, but there are a whole lot more. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, also on the FM dial 98.7 HD-2, always on the Arizona Sports app.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
That nagging joint pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes it's an old injury that never healed properly. Hey, everybody, Dan Bickley here, and QC Kinetics is here to flip the script. They use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that help your body heal and restore the damage in your joints, not cover it up, not cut it out, actually helping heal and restore, and the results are long-term lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around pain, you're planning it around life. You're walking the dog without stopping. You're playing ball with your kid until they get tired. You're waking up without that first step being the worst step. And at QC Kinetics, there's no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. So bring your MRI and your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate, and your first consultation is free, so don't wait. You can find them in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. You can call them at 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Wright Toyota On This Day report. Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We go all the way till 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can't get rid of us that easy. Manuch, little on this day. What do you got?
Well, kind of a Wally Pipp situation happened back in 2001 as Drew Bledsoe was badly injured in the game versus the Jets, suffering internal bleeding from the hit. He would be replaced by who, Jimmy B?
Tom Brady.
That's right. Tom Brady replaced him pretty much. That was game, set, match. Legendary career started for Tom Brady. And I believe Bledsoe got traded. I'm going to keep track of this. He went to Buffalo.
He did go to Buffalo.
And then he ended up with the Dallas Cowboys, as I recollect.
That is right. Yep.
So,
where it happened to him again. He got his job taken by Tony Romo.
Is that what?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Hey, we're not laughing at the injury. We're laughing at the irony of it all. 1988, this was amazing until you found out why. Jose Canseco became the first Major League Baseball player to hit 40 home runs and still 40 bases in a single season. The 40-40 club is still a benchmark. Yep. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk on top of all that. That's our. That is a little on this day, Jimmy B.
All right, let's don't waste any more time. We have a lot to get to in our football at 50.
All
go.
right, Carl, NFL music. Well, a lot of big firing and a lot of injuries. Mike Gundy has been fired today by Oklahoma State. According to Pete Thamel, that was this morning bright and early. Gundy basically yesterday said he's 100% intended on remaining in Oklahoma State after the 2025 season. Well, this is probably a reason why he got fired. And I didn't realize this. I know they've been struggling, but the Cowboys had dropped 11 of their past 12 games dating to the start of the 2024 season with 11 consecutive defeats against FBS opponents.
Yep.
The longest streak among Power 4 programs nationally. Now, he's going to be okay, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't cry me a river.
We don't have to go get a GoFundMe page?
No. He's got a $15 million buyout, or he's owed $15 million. I think he's just going to be fine. Look, when you don't buy into the portal, he does pay his players handsomely.
He does, yeah, he pays.
But he hasn't really gone to improve the team.
Right.
And he's had several guys that have left the team because of, for whatever reasons. But that program's gotten stale the last couple of years.
I'm with you. They need a different voice.
There is a change with the New York Giants at quarterback. That's right. Jackson Dart is going to be starting this week after 3 games. Russell Wilson, they feel, is just not getting it done. Sunday night, prime time on NBC. He'll be taking on the Chargers. Good thing. It'll be at MetLife Stadium.
So are you telling me we have the opportunity, Sunday night you said, right, to see a Dart to Scadaboo?
I could be. Scadaboo's playing good football.
He's playing great.
He, 144 yards rushing or something like that?
A couple TDs.
I love the theater of one Cam Scadaboo.
Isn't it great?
Backflips.
I know. It's great.
Couple injuries report. James Conner, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, Jimmy. It's foot surgery, not ankle surgery, and he is out for the year. So just Cardinal fans, I know you'd love to see him come back. He wouldn't even be healthy till probably, I'm going to say March, April, to put a lot of pressure. He broke a bone in that foot. We all thought it was his ankle fracture break, the way that the lineman rolled on him, whoever's tackling him. But it is a bone out. That's going to be for a long, long time. It's unfortunate because you miss your leader. You miss your bell cow. He is the dude. He was the Larry Fitzgerald of this team these last couple of years.
That's more than fair. More than fair.
All right, the Heisman Trophy race got interesting.
Yep.
A guy that, speaking of transfers, that transferred to OU, John Mateer, he broke a bone in his hand. He had hand surgery today. Now, he's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. They hope with about 3 games to go. That schedule down here in the SEC is going to be a slobber knocker.
It will be.
So they're hoping that he's got full strength. They feel that he should be okay, but you're just not going to have the same rhythm and timing that Oklahoma has right now. I mean, he's throwing the ball so well. And for them to come back and beat Auburn the way they did, and the throws that he had and the running that he had, I looked at Mateer and went, wow. I mean, glad the Washington State fans aren't so happy. But, I mean, him coming to Oklahoma has really given a resurgence, given more juice to that team. Their defense and their offense to the Sooners has really been something that they've needed. Looks like Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers may be out for a while.
Oh, no.
Yeah, left hamstring. Looks like Evans suffered that in the fourth quarter. He's got a mild, moderate strain.
Wait
which
a minute.
Is good.
Mild to moderate?
Mild to moderate.
Aren't they both the same?
Well, it's a little tweakage. What that means, it's a little bit of a tweakage.
Okay.
Which means that we better rest this thing for a couple weeks because you got to be able to open up full speed.
Right.
So when it's mild to moderate, it means there's something going on there. Let's just back off for the next couple weeks and go for there. Nick Bosa, 49er fans, he's out for this season. Torn right ACL. Chargers fans, running back Najee Harris out for the year. I believe it was a knee injury for Najee Harris.
It is.
And then ruptured Achilles. Okay, thank you, Connor. Ruptured Achilles on that one. And then a guy that was making his comeback, Darren Waller, expected out 2 to 4 weeks for this New York Giants team. And last but not least, another coach fired, this time a position coach. The wide receiver coach for the Atlanta Falcons has been fired. Ike Hilliard was fired.
Yep.
Offensive coordinator Zach Robinson still there. Now, TJ Yates, who's the quarterback coach, former quarterback, taking over for Hilliard for the receivers. So when you got shut out 30-0 by the Carolina Panthers.
Scapegoat.
By the Carolina Panthers. Did I say 30-0?
You did, yeah.
Yes.
Scapegoat.
By the Carolina Panthers. And here's the other thing, too. You can say scapegoat because they never reached the red zone, that being the Atlanta Falcons.
That's incredible.
And Michael Penix had one of his worst outings in his, year and a half. He had 2 interceptions. One was for a pick 6, Jimmy B. So things are not happening in Atlanta. So there's your football at 50, Jimmy B.
All right, brother. Hey, Twin Peaks, that's the place to be for Thursday. It is the NFL matchup. Seahawks, Cardinals. By the way, pint specials at all 5 locations. Pre-game at Glendale location, walking distance to the stadium. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget, D-backs will be playing as well, and they will have that game on, so you can get it all at Twin Peaks.
And we'll be at the Twin Peaks tomorrow, Wednesday, at the Tempe Twin Peaks Mañana.
There you go. Hey, coming up, it's our Stay Cool Spotlight from the weekend. And Sun Devils get back in action this coming Friday. Kevin Turner will be our guest coming up at 2:30. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words micro, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 micro. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hey, everybody. Dan Bickley here for my friends at Advanced Window Products, a great company that is offering a great promotion for our listeners. Advanced Window Products going to hook up one lucky household with up to 15 replacement windows for free. That's a value of up to $25,000. And all you have to do is pull out your phone and text AWP to 620-620. Advanced Window Products, a local window and door manufacturing company that sells directly to the public with no middleman markups. They've got their own factory in the Valley. They're the highest rated window company in the state with the most affordable, high quality custom windows you are going to find. They'll build your windows, they'll install your windows, then they'll guarantee them for life. You can find them online at advancedwindows.com. And remember, enter now for a chance to win a house full of free windows by texting AWP to 620-620. That's AWP to 620-620. 620-620.
Message and data rates may apply.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Roc is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Roc is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to face Utah Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, everybody, it is hour number 2. Welcome back in. Manuch, let's do a little housekeeping before we get into our top topics, because for the next 2 days, things are going to change just a little bit here with the show. Normally on Thursdays, we are at a Twin Peaks location, but it's changing because we will be at Twin Peaks in Tempe tomorrow from 1 to 4. And then Thursday, due to baseball being on ESPN 620, our show is going to be on from 10 until noon on Thursday.
The nerve of them to preempt us. Absolute nerve for them to preempt us. Yeah, we'll be on from noon to 10 to noon, excuse me.
Yeah, 10 to noon.
So we'll have we've got a pretty good group lined up so far. We'll kind of talk about this game. We'll have Howard Balzer will join us. He typically joins us like at 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Moyer from Seattle. He does the
Seahawks?
the pregame, halftime, postgame show from Seattle.
Okay.
He'll join us and give us a preview of the Seahawks for Thursday. And then Charlie Regal will join us at 11:30.
Yep.
I know we pretty much have our NAU, ASU, U of A segment at that time. We're going to kind of break it up because the coaches, they've got these schedules they have.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Things change.
Yeah, things change. But Brian Wright, the head coach of NAU, will join us tomorrow.
Okay.
At 1:30.
Love having Brian
Peaks.
on. Yep.
And then we'll try to track down somebody from U of A to see if their schedule fits a morning session from 10 to noon. Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. We'll be at the studios. But mañana, Tempe, Twin Peaks, be there, be square.
There you go. Fair enough. Okay, let's kind of get into the Cardinals game here a little bit because it is a short work week. Everybody in the National Football League has to deal with it. And so the Cardinals and Seahawks are going to be matched up this coming Thursday night. Here's the head coach, Jonathan Gannon, discussing the run game of the Cardinals or lack thereof.
I think we called somewhere around 24 runs, and 17 of them are not efficient. We have to get that better because the hat that I wear, or that I did wear on defense, when you're not running the ball efficiently, you're making it a lot easier on the defense to defend you. That's what I would say. And there's not a lot of good calls, run or pass, when you're behind the sticks. With saying that, our fundamentals and our techniques have to show up a little bit better. They got to improve from this last week, what we did, and we got to realize why runs aren't being efficient and how everybody fits into that. So I think if we just control that, we'll put them in the right spots. That's our job, but then let's control the technique part of it and make some hay.
You got to execute, right, Jimmy?
Yes.
You have to execute.
Yep.
Now, you got to give the other team on the other side of the field some credit. The San Francisco 49ers front seven did a great job of pretty much neutralizing this run. And if you look at the Cardinals the last 3 weeks, you look at the second leading or the leading rusher has pretty much been Kyler Murray. I mean, Trey Benson, if not for the 29-yard run, Kyler Murray's your leading rusher. So he had 37 total yards. Trey Benson, 42. Connor, before he got hurt, had 22 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So if you back out Kyler's runs, you're on average with just the running backs is about 2.5.
That's awful.
And the other thing, too, that I think a lot of folks need to realize is that when you have the short week, you mentioned the short week.
Yeah.
So if you play Sunday and you're Thursday, well, guess what's the common denominator for teams to win on Thursdays after short week? The running game. And if you have no running game, all of a sudden you got to put pressure on your passing game to get first downs. That opposing team knows that. They don't have any respect for your running game. So they're going to put maybe set of 7 in the box. They might have 8 guys in the box, walk down maybe 9. So maybe they go more man-to-man. They're coming at you with just their front 7 to stop the run, or they bring extra guys. If there's no running game, there's no respect for play action passing or trying to take somebody over the top on a deep route. Now, if you got a good running game and you play action pass, those linebackers have got to freeze. That strong safety's got to freeze. That free safety's got to recognize, did he hand it off or did he pull it? See what I'm saying? But if you do a play action, they're not going to respect that. They fly out of there into their zones, or they come up and press, or they bring the heat. So what Jonathan Gannon is saying is that we just 17 out of 24 runs, they didn't execute properly is what he's saying. 17
That's
out
a lot.
of 24 runs.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be 5. So the offensive line coach, running back coach need to get on the same page as to where you're supposed to go, what gap are you blocking down. And the other thing, too, is when you have a Robert Saleh, who's now the defensive coordinator for San Francisco, who's come back, he's considered one of the best defensive gurus in the National Football League. He's throwing some new stuff at you. So what I see with this Cardinal team is teams are adjusting to the Cardinals from last year to this year. Cardinals aren't adjusting to the adjustments. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
And I think Drew Petzing, at times, you talk about play calling, I'm going, what are you doing there? Or I kind of question what he's doing, and sometimes he goes back to the well. Well, when you go back to the well, did that last play work? Now, if it worked, you can try maybe once, but defensive coordinators, they adjust so quickly. They've got guys in the booth going, hey, that play worked for them because of this.
Right.
Just heads up. If they line up in that formation, they do it again, make the adjustment. So I'm not, even though they won the first 2 games, I'm not seeing Drew adjust to the adjustments as much as I would like to. Here's the other thing. People are going, why isn't he going downfield with the ball? Why is he going downfield with the ball? Well, a lot of times if you don't have the speed, number one, and you don't have the acumen or play action passing to hold guys and you can get the ball down the field, then they're going to take that away. So they'll rush their 3 or 4. And they'll drop 7 or 8.
Okay, let me stop you right there because that was going to be my question. Because at the refreshment stand last night, a friend of mine, John, asked me that question. And how come the offense of the Cardinals can't do what the Detroit Lions do? Because he was enamored with the way the Lions move the ball. And I said, I'll ask Manuch on the show tomorrow. The floor is yours.
The running game, because they can run. The running game sets everything up, folks. It does. If you can't run, good luck and good bowling, because it's going to be a long-ass day. When they snuff you, like teams are snuffing you. I mean, for New Orleans and Carolina, New Orleans has got a better front 7 than Carolina.
Okay.
Carolina, you had a hard time running against Carolina. They're not world beaters. So if you can't run, you have no play-action passing. And here's the other thing, too. If Kyler Murray has got to be a part of your offense week in and week out with running, there's a problem there too. You would love to see the Arizona Cardinals have 125 yards rushing like last year and Kyler not that involved with his legs. Now, he can bootleg, he can waggle, and he'll make a couple plays like he has scrambling.
Okay, yeah.
They'd rather him have to scramble, pick up a first down that way, and get back to the way they were last year. Well, for whatever reason, I think Will Hernandez getting back in will help them out a lot in this game if he does come back. This is game 4.
Right.
So he's supposed to come back for this game. So at your right guard. So if you can't run And see, when you watch Montgomery and what's the other kid's name?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Gibbs run the way they do, all of a sudden play action passing. And you also have dudes. You got some receivers with Detroit.
They do have some
Amon-Ra
good
St.
wide.
Brown. I mean, they've got guys that can get down the field.
Yeah,
got a hell of
including
a tight end.
Yeah, Laporta. Yeah,
they've got a better receiving core. They've got a better offense. Let's just face it.
Okay.
So when you can't run though, Jim, you take away so much of the passing game prowess. And for Kyler, I think Kyler's doing a good job. I really do. But when you have guys drop touchdowns, 2 touchdowns dropped,
correct,
or passes where you throw the ball down the field, wide,
what is that?
Ass open.
What is that again, Manuch?
Yeah, wide ass open. There's nobody around. I mean, you catch that ball, Marv Jr., you turn around, you could have a cup of coffee, you can moonwalk back into the end zone where you were at and score. So when they have the opportunities, they're not executing when they can. They're limited. To answer your John Boy's question there at the bar. By the way, is that chair his at the very end of the bar? There's got his name on that bad boy.
It might. He's there a lot.
Yeah, I just think that those are the running game predicates so much of your offense. But if you can't run, there's not a lot you can do. I mean, to be fair to Drew Petzing, it's tough to pull the rabbit out of the hat every series.
Okay,
it really is.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of issues up front. Let's put it that way.
So no longer is it Maserati Marv. Remember when Yugoslavia introduced a car to the United States? It was called the Yugo.
Yes, I do.
I think we've gone from Maserati Marv to Yugo Marv after what we witnessed. Look, I tip my cap to the guy. He stood in and took all the questions after the game. He's a man's man. But, Manuch, you hit the nail on the head. He has got to be a player. He has got to be a big-time player. That hasn't happened yet.
You know, he's got to be a first-rounder.
Yes, I mean, exactly.
Look at T-Mac with Carolina. It's his rookie year.
Yes.
And the kid's productive. They're going to him. He's averaging, 5, 6, 7 catches per game. He's a player. He's a first-round kid. And a lot of folks go, well, why doesn't Drew Petzing isolate him? They do isolate him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been isolated several times in the first 3 games, and a couple. He's dropped 1, 2, 3. He's dropped 4 passes in 3 games. You shouldn't drop 4 passes an entire season. I'm sorry, you really shouldn't.
None of it hits you in the hands.
And you know what? This is big boy ball. I mean, it's put your big boy panties on.
Yep.
Lace them up.
Yep.
Make the catch. Use your freaking hands to catch the ball.
Thank you.
Use your hands. Tuck it away. Do not let that ball get to your chest. And he's done that 1, 2, 4 times. He's letting the ball go to his chest. Now, last year, he was good about going to the high point of the ball, catch with his hands. You got to catch the hands, and you got to catch with your hands, tuck it. A.J. Brown, with the Eagles, that last drive, what do you have, 25 catches on the last 2 drives?
It felt like it.
But
It did.
He attacks the ball.
He does, man.
He catches with his hands. He got some big old mitts. He catches it. He tucks it away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see that aggressiveness going after the ball with Marv Jr. Now, Marv, you're bigger, stronger, faster. Let's act like it. Go get the ball. That's your ball that you go after. You can't let the ball get to your chest on 2 throws in the end zone. Last weekend, that fade route get to his chest.
Right.
That throw in the end zone where Zay Jones was interfered with, the ball him in the chest.
Yeah.
Catch it, go down with the ball. So Marv's got to, sometimes it's just time to grow up, make the catch, and say that ball is mine. And that's what I think Marv Jr. has got to get that, because I can tell you this, Kyler Murray's been very patient. He's blown some routes. He's missed some catches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the deal is, but he needs to just pull him aside and say, look, bro, let's go. It's go time. You're a first rounder. Let's act like it. Let's go make those catches, because they're paying you the National Football League to make those catches. And they're easy catches, Jimmy B. Don't get me started. Catch the damn ball. Let's go.
This portion of the show presented by Twin Peaks and the Gridiron Getaway. That's right. 2 tickets to the Cardinal-Rams game, SoFi Stadium. It's January 4th. Plus, you get a hotel and a Visa card for travel. Runner-up gets a $500 Twin Peaks tab and reserved big game table for 10. Here's all you have to do. If you're out of Twin Peaks, scan the QR code at Twin Peaks, or right now, unless you're driving, text Peaks to 59925. That is PEAKS, Peaks to 59925. and you can enter. Standard message and data rates apply. When we come back, it's our Stay Cool Spotlight of the Week. We look at the hottest story or team this past week. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Craving sushi with a twist? Welcome to Rock Lobster, Chandler's vibrant and trendy sushi destination, where energy meets elegance. From bold wok-fired dishes to creative handcrafted rolls and cocktails, every bite brings the flavor. Every visit brings the vibe. Join us for lunch, dinner, or happy hour Monday through Friday, or even a date night. Find us at Price and Queen Creek in Ocotillo. That's Rock Lobster, where sushi gets social.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Summer is just around the corner. Is your roof ready for the monsoon season? Well, now's the perfect time to call State 48 Roofing for a free roof inspection. Don't wait until you're dealing with a leaky roof in the scorching heat. Protect your home today. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509. Keep your roof sexy with State 48 Roofing, the #1 referred roofer in Arizona, proudly serving the Arizona residential and commercial markets for over a decade. Remember when things were built to last? Well, at Arizona Patio Furniture, we've been handcrafting premium outdoor furniture and custom cushions for over 15 years, right here in Phoenix, using 100% American-made materials. We build it, we sell it, we guarantee it with our exclusive 5-year plus worry-free warranty. Visit any one of our 3 Valley showrooms or go to ArizonaPatioFurniture.com. Mention this ad for free delivery and setup in Maricopa County. Arizona Patio Furniture. Some things are still made like they used to be.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Roc is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby.
The Stay Cool Spotlight is brought to you by Cool Cube and Slim Cool Mobile Air Cooler. Mobile air coolers for patio shops, events, and more. More air, less money. Available at Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply. Find out more at staycool-products.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. It is indeed Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Matt's here, along with Connor as well. And we've got great program lined up for you. By the way, coming up in roughly about 15 minutes from now, Kevin Turner will join us, and we will dive into the upcoming game Friday night, ASU and TCU. What a great Big 12 conference matchup that's going to be. All right, time for our Stay Cool Spotlight, and we're going to turn up the heat on the hottest stories in sports, and we're going to keep you cool all summer long. It's all thanks to Stay Cool Products and the Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube Mobile Air Coolers. Manuch, if I said to you, Cleveland Guardians. Would you say the hottest baseball team right now?
I would probably say that. Here's a little sample of what they've been doing. Jose Ramirez versus the Twins.
And here's Jose Ramirez.
Now 1 homer away from having 30 homers, 30 doubles, and 40 stolen bases.
He swings and hammers one to deep right field. It is gone! And there it is! A 30-30 campaign for Jose Ramirez. A rifle shot to right to put Cleveland on top 1-0.
Thank you to Cleveland Radio Network, because the Cleveland Guardians are absolutely red hot. Can you say red, searing hot?
Red hot.
They've won 10 of their last 11 games. And listen to this, 15 of the last 17 games. Now, in the 11-game run, they've outscored their opponents 49-19, which is on average of outscoring their opponents 4-1 over those 11 games. They have now tied for third in the wild card spot for the American League. Now, here's the other thing that's very interesting when you look at this as well, too. Not only are they looking to get that wild card spot, so you think about, okay, you got the wild card spot, we're all good to go. The Cleveland Indians, you look at Detroit Tigers.
Right.
When we look at the Detroit Tigers and you go, well, what's happened to the Tigers? Well, let me tell you what's happened to the Tigers. They've lost 9 out of the last 10 games.
Uh-oh.
And not only are the Guardians pretty much right there as far as the wild card spot's concerned, they're only 1 game out of first place of the American League Central to the Detroit Tigers. And so you look at that, you go like 85-71 of the Tigers, 84-72. They're in for the wild card, but they could win the division on top of this, because everybody's like, well, what happened to the Tigers? Well, I'll tell you what happened to the Tigers. They lost 9 out of 10, and they're a team that is just, you talk about pitching struggling, where the Guardians have pretty much picked up their bullpen, their hitting, and you talk about teams that are coming alive at the right time. So this is that team, that being the Cleveland Guardians, who are a Stay Cool Spotlight hot team of the last 2 weeks.
They certainly are. Don't forget, there is Major League Baseball tonight, Chase Field downtown. Dodgers in town take on the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks 1 game out of the National League wild card spot. Shohei Ohtani will be on the mound tonight for the Dodgers, and Brandon Pfaadt will counter for the Diamondbacks. Manuch, there is Major League Baseball news. And my esteemed colleague and I, we kind of talk before the show every morning. And I found this really, really interesting, that the ABS Challenge system is going to be implemented, not right now, but in 2026.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's been used in the Arizona Fall League for a couple of years.
Right.
It was used in the minor leagues,
AAA,
and was used in spring training this last year. Well, it's going to be implemented into the 2026 season, as you alluded to there, Jimmy. The balls and strikes, teams can challenge 2 calls per game, and get additional appeals and extra innings. Now, challenges must be made by the pitcher, catcher, or batter, signal by tapping their helmet or cap. So that's why in spring training you saw guys tap their helmet, because they want to challenge him. Now, a team will retain its challenge if it's successful. Now, reviews will be shown as digital graphics on outfield video boards. So if a guy, it's just outside black, but it's on the black, and the batter says, hey, I want to challenge it, that's a ball, and they come back and it's a strike, you're out, you lose your challenge.
Okay.
So here's how the whole thing works. Here's the graphic display. The graphic showing the pitch precise location relative to the strike zone appears on the video board. So everybody and their mother will see this, right? Whether it's overturned or not, if the system determines the initial call was incorrect, the umpire's call is overturned, and the team keeps its challenge. Now, if the call was correct, as I mentioned, the team will lose its challenge. It's that simple. You only get 2 per game.
Right.
So I'm sure a lot of the managers will tell their catchers, pitchers, and hitters, you better make damn sure that was either a ball or a strike if you're going to challenge it. We only have 2. Now, if you get it right, you keep the challenge.
Right.
So I think
I understand that, but when you only have 2 through 9 innings, man, oh man, that you got to really be judicious in which pitch you're going to challenge.
See, I think they're hedging toward the umpires, because the studies that they've had over the last 2 years, with this in particular, have shown about 85 to 90% of the calls made by the umpire are correct. Now, there might be an umpire having a bad night or a bad day or stomach flu, or you get the heck out of there.
Or you're stuck with Angel Hernandez.
But you're seeing more and more, being on Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram, you're seeing more and more bad calls by umpires, more ejections because of this. They got a lot of guys who this was coming down the pipe.
Right.
They said that ejections will probably go down by 60 to 65%.
Wow.
Because if guys want to challenge it, they can, if you have a challenge available. So if it's bottom of the ninth inning and you use both your challenges and you're used up, if it's close, you better be swinging. So if that umpire is just outside black or inside black or it's off the plate or whatever, if it's close, you better change it. So any more Greg Maddux calls, be careful because you may use those up early on in the game. So it's going to be very interesting. And I think what you bring up, Jim, is the strategy, how to use those challenges.
Yes.
It better be a very egregious call for that to happen. Now, it doesn't affect the play for the foul line, on bases, those types of those challenges you can challenge. But as far as the strike zone is concerned, this is specifically for the strike zone.
Right, just 2 challenges, that's it.
So if you're wrong or right, it's going to be displayed on that big board. So if I'm a hitter, and I know that ball's low and away, and he calls a third strike, I know I've got that. So at that point, the umpire goes, okay, you got a ball. The other thing, it's just so interesting how they want to speed the game up.
Right.
So with these challenges and these replays, a lot of things, it might slow it down a little bit. But you know what? I'd rather get it right. I'd rather in baseball they get it right. Specifically next year, going to the playoffs, how judicious you're going to have to be.
Absolutely.
With a challenge.
Yeah.
So
well, what it is, it's very similar to what they have done in tennis now for the last 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, where they came up with what they call Hawkeye. And the players have a challenge. And I mean, when they challenge in tennis, if you watch any of the big tournaments, it's on the big board and it plays and you make the determination in just a matter of 30 seconds. So it does move pretty quickly and it really doesn't tie up any time like a review from a referee on the football field.
Yeah, they've done that with the National Football League too, with the digital review.
Yes.
The sticks folks are just basically there for
show,
that type of thing. So you know what? If you're going to make plays as much as on the line with the money more than anything,
yes.
I think this is the right move for Major League Baseball.
Hey, everybody, coming up, we are going to talk ASU. Monster game against the Horned Frogs of TCU. Kevin Turner will be our guest, and he will be next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are broadcasting here in studios of ESPN. Right now, let's get to Laz with our ESPN 620 update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The D-backs open a crucial 3-game series against the Dodgers at Chase Field that could define their playoff fate. Brandon Pfaadt takes the mound for Arizona, while Dodgers phenom Shohei Ohtani counters for LA. With 6 games left and the D-backs just 1 back, the margin for error is gone, and it's must-win baseball the rest of the way. First pitch is at 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6 o'clock on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Make sure you get in our Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, your chance to win tickets to Cards at Rams in LA, hotel, travel cash, plus runner-up wins a $500 Twin Peaks Big Game Party. Scan the QR code at any of the 5 Twin Peaks lodges or just text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Standard message and data rates apply. That's Peaks to 59925. Good luck.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays, Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
It's a fact. Dietary fiber is essential for digestive health. But did you know there's a special type of dietary fiber that also lowers blood sugar and cholesterol levels? You heard me right. There's a special type of dietary fiber, the kind found in glucose-down drink mixes, that keeps blood sugar and cholesterol levels in a healthy, normal range. It's clinically proven, science-based nutrition, and it really works. Look into glucose-down drink mixes today. Go to myglucodown.com. That's myglucodown.com. You'll be glad you did.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to face Utah Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
Life is short, and if we spend our time suffering with pain and it takes away our joy, that's not a very good way to live.
He's right. It's hard to be happy when you're in constant pain. QC Kinetics patient Chad admits the chronic pain in his knee really robbed his quality of life.
When I was going to the traditional doctor and getting the pain pills, my smile wasn't as big as it usually is. Going to my high school reunion on crutches, it was awful.
But then Chad visited QC Kinetics. He experienced the real power behind natural regenerative treatments. Using healing properties from his own body, QC Kinetics was able to restore and repair damaged tissue, finally giving Chad lasting relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime.
And I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
Learn how advanced regenerative medicine can help your body heal itself at QC Kinetics. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-7246. 602-837-PAIN.
It's time for your weekly Dos Equis Sun Devil Report. Powered by Backyard, Desert Ridge, and Gilbert. With live DJs, reverse happy hour, and every ASU game this fall, it's Forks Up at Backyard, the Valley's ultimate game day destination. Stay locked in. Your Sun Devil Report starts now.
Second down and 13. Levitt back to pass. Fires for the end zone. Diving catch for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. Tyson leaping into the air, snatching them one out of midair, and Tyson hauls it in to put the Sun Devils on top with 5:29 remaining.
He'll be a first-round pick in the NFL. He'll be playing on Sundays next year. Oh, man, was that a wild game to watch and so much fun. That means Kevin Turner, former wide receiver, he can identify with catches like that. ASU sideline reporter. He is our guest right now. They have a date with TCU Friday night, Mountain America Stadium. All right, Kevin, so you're on the sidelines and the game is in crunch time. I'm just curious the way that you saw the game play out and the drive that got ASU into position to kick the winning field goal.
Yeah, let me take you back to the drive where we just heard that Jordan Tyson touchdown. Remember, we went down 17-16 with 9:02 remaining in the fourth quarter, and we're backed up on a 3rd and 13. If we don't convert that 61-yard seam to Derek Eusebio, the former walk-on who is now on scholarship, and we got to kick it away, I don't know if we come out of Waco, Texas with a win. So that big 61-yard gash down the middle of the seam that Sam Levitt was able to pick up the diminutive 5'9" speedster slot receiver, number 83, Derek Eusebio. I don't know we'd be having this conversation about Jordan Tyson's catch. So I think you got to credit Sam and also Derek for really putting us in position to win that game.
You know, Kevin, that was a very creative crossing route. All the eye candy flushed to the left, and he came up underneath everything, went clear across the field. I thought the timing, Sam looking off that left side coming back to him when he was wide open was a well-designed play. And nice to see this team stretch the field like that in crunch time of all time.
100%. And that's, if you go back and look and you break down our explosives, we only had 2 plays in that game that were over 20 yards. Now, Tyson, I might say 3 because that touchdown catch, that was a 19-yard touchdown grab. So that was right on the borderline. But we had 11 plays that were of 10 yards or greater. But I think from my perspective, the big issue, and I think the big shiny object in the room is we had 6 red zone trips, 2 touchdowns. We won the turnover battle. We only got 9 points off 3 turnovers. Therein lies the challenge for what Kenny Dillingham says, that the staff has got to go back into the laboratory and figure out ways to get players in a position to have success, especially in the low red zone.
And Kevin, agree or disagree, 4th and goal was at the 3. You guys got snuff versus kicking the field goal. Why, in such a tight-knit game like that where points matter, what was the decision to go for it down there versus just getting the points? And instead of having to kick the field goal to win the game, you're up by 3 at that time.
Yeah, it's an enigma. You would think that, with the success that we had last year in the low red zone, and I guess you got to hit Control Alt Delete because it's a whole new dynamic. But you'd think with 4 of your 5 offensive linemen returning, you could eke out those tough yards in the low red zone. We have this safety valve in Jesus Gomez, who was 4 for 4. Last year we didn't have that luxury. So there was a mentality that we didn't have a choice other than to get it in the paint once we were in the red zone. Now we have this great weapon with Jesus Gomez. So you kind of think that, I don't know if I wouldn't use the word go as far as to say complacent when we get in the red zone. But last year we were desperate and we knew we didn't have a leg, from 40 yards out to convert. So we had to get the ball in the paint. So it's just an interesting paradigm in that we had no option last year other than to score touchdowns. And this year we have options to either score touchdowns or kick field goals. But for me, when you're on the road, I take the points.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey, let me follow up then on Gomez. I loved it afterwards. He was asked about the kick, and he was so cool. He just, that's what I do. I kick the football. I walk out there, I line it up, and I kick it. You've been around him. Is he that cool? I mean, nothing shakes him? He knows what he can do, and he knows he can get it done.
And KT, by the way, what is his range, his comfortable range that you've seen him kick?
Well, we saw him come up a little short in the first game against Northern Arizona. It was a 57-yarder. But I've seen him hammer 60-plus inside the Dickey Dome. Now, he had a little bit of a headwind, but I think he's very comfortable kind of in that 55-yard and in range. Yeah. And I think it's incumbent upon ASU to get him into that range so that there is no question mark. But I was paying close attention to him on the sideline. He actually had what I noticed, it was 90 degrees at kickoff, and he had a heating pad on his left hip in the first quarter. And then he also uses that Theragun that he was working the left hip. And I was like, oh my goodness. But you know what? Do not forget that heating pad and that Theragun for the rest of the season, because if something is in there bothering him, I'll take the 4 for 4 with the Theragun and the heating pad.
Kevin, you watch this team, and one of the things we're going to have Charlie Regal on. Charlie will come on Thursday. We're going to have the early show, 11:30. And I said, Charlie, I'm impressed with this team's physicality, speed, and size. And it seems like you guys hung in there. It seems as though that fourth quarter seems to be yours. Seems to be the Sun Devils' fourth quarter. And not that they're of the standard USC was at when they were winning those championships. USC come out in that second half, as you know, Kevin, covering the Trojans in that Pete Carroll era. They just took teams to the woodshed in that late third quarter, fourth quarter. Do you sense it's that conditioning and that physicality starts to wear the other teams down in that fourth quarter, and the Sun Devils take advantage of that?
Well, I think this is a veteran team that has had success, and they know how to execute in those big moments. And guys that have that DNA, that want the ball, that want to create turnovers. What I said, because we were limping along in the first half offensively, although we did put some drives together, we just couldn't finish. So you knew something was kind of weird going on. And I have this hit coming out of the locker room, the keys to the second half, and I said two things. We got to cut down the penalties. Too many self-inflicted errors. We had 6 penalties in the first half. And we've got to find a way when you're not at your Sunday or Saturday best on offense, you've got to manufacture turnovers and get those odd possessions and convert those into points. Well, we forced 2 turnovers. We only had 1 penalty in the second half. So it was a heightened sense of awareness to execute, in crunch time and to manufacture turnovers. And ASU, when they win the turnover battle, are 12-0. And I think under the Sonny Dykes era at TCU, they are like 24-4 when winning the turnover battle. So I think the team that creates those turnovers on Friday night is going to win the football game at Mountain America Stadium.
Kevin Turner's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Okay, let's dive in then to TCU. They're good. Sonny Dykes has done a great job there. Everybody knows that. What do you anticipate this game? Do you see it high scoring, or do you think defenses can dictate the pace?
Well, I think it's rinse and repeat. I think you're going to see two teams that are going to get close to 30 points. And I think the team that gets plus or minus 30 points is going to win the ball game. I think our defense is just playing so well, and I call it complementary defense. So our front four is playing outstanding. They're getting pressure on the quarterback. Our linebackers are fast flow and taking proper pursuit angles. Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Crook are two of the best open field tacklers right now, I think, in college football, fundamentally sound. And then our defensive backs are fast and physical and creating chaos and a lot of disruption at the point of contact, forcing turnover. So that's layered and complementary football on the defensive side. So they're really good chemistry and synergy on our defensive side. And I think special teams, if we can get a little bit more hang time with our punt team and shore up the coverage and not let some of these guys get loose on the returns, I think our kickoff unit team is outstanding. And obviously Jesus is doing his thing, but I think it's going to come down to turnovers, special teams, and then special plays on defense. I think we're very similar to them offensively. We've got, they've got Eric McAllister, who's kind of a one-man show. He had, I think, 7 receptions for 240 yards and a couple of touchdowns last week. He's a man-child. And then how about Joseph Manchak the fourth? He started at SC, had a pretty good career at Houston, transferred in. He's been a nice addition to Sonny Dykes. But Josh Hoover's special. He doesn't make mistakes. He sees the field well. He's got just enough escapability to keep you honest. But I think if you can keep him in the pocket, we have a higher chance. I don't like him out. He's a little bit like Sam. He's not as gifted as a runner on the outside, but if you can keep him in the cage and make him throw over our defense, I think we've got a good chance to neutralize their offense.
And it seems as though TCU, Sonny's got kind of more of a balance, Kevin. What little I've watched, it's not pure air raid, throw it 95 times a game. You look at this last game against SMU, this team had close to 140 yards rushing, 379 by Hoover, as you alluded to, but it seems like, I'm not going to say slowing the game down. It seems like he's geared down a hair to control the clock for more balance and to have that success in the long run and not wears guys out toward the end of the game.
Yeah, and they did a good job. Really, there was some sloppiness to their game against SMU, but what really saved them were some huge conversions on what I would call third and long, third and absurds that they were able to keep the drive alive. And that's one thing that ASU has not been good at over the last couple of years. We're really good and stout But we've had this knack for giving up some third and absurds. We saw that, on Saturday night down in Waco. If you remember, we had them kind of dead to rights, and CJ Fight had that big sack. They're at a 3rd and 13, and we're up 24-17, and they get 23 yards, keep the drive alive, and tie the ball game up. So we've got to be very, very cognizant of those 3rd and long situations, because McAllister's crafty as well as Josh Hoover. So that's one thing that we've got to tighten up defensively and not give up those heartbreaking, keep the drive alive, 3rd and absurds.
And just to reiterate, Derek Eusebio, is he a Kevin Turner reincarnated? I mean, 5'9", 185.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid out of
that guy's got so much more skill and intelligence than I ever had. So I wouldn't even put him close into my category. I was down on the lower field most of the time. He's up on the upper field with the 1s and the 2s. I was down there playing whoever was the named slot receiver for our opponent.
On the
like I say to people, they go, "Did you play at ASU?" I said, "I practiced a lot."
Don't sell yourself short there, KT.
Yeah, come on, man. You had the jersey on and the hat. We know.
I just appreciate you coming out every other day and throwing with us and just you getting the arm ready to go and saying, I mean, if I'd have made money those days, I might have given you a commission check for crying out loud, you know?
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Hey, Manuch, you kept me sharp on those, during spring and those Saturday morning workouts out there at then Sun Devil Stadium with Pagel and Sproul and Danny White and all the whole ASU, quarterback crew that would come back and train. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, pal. We always enjoy having you on, Kev.
Be safe on those sidelines, KT.
Yep, be ready to move.
Hey, Freaky Friday. It's a blackout. Forks up. Go Devils.
There you go. Kevin Turner, everybody. It is a Freaky Friday night game. Yeah. At Mountain America Stadium, it is going to be jam-packed, TCU and ASU. By the way, we want to tell you about our third watch party at Backyards. It's coming up. It'll be in Gilbert this time. The first couple have been at Desert Ridge, but this one is the Backyards in Gilbert. The Sun Devils will be playing at Utah, and that is Saturday, October 11th. That's October 11th, Backyards in Gilbert. Incredible Dos Equis drink specials, plus a lucky player will indeed have a chance to roll the jumbo dice, a chance to win $10,000. Dos Equis Backyards. It's always a great time. We will see you at Backyards in Gilbert. It is Saturday, October 11th. All right, when we come back, well, we're going to dive into the AP college football polls. Man, oh man, there are some serious shakeups. You've got Miami moving up. You've got Indiana moving up. Texas Tech moving up. No Sun Devils, however, are included. We're coming right back. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Leaders don't wait, they innovate. The next big leap is here. Real Time's Real Intelligence, RI. It's smarter, faster, and cleaner than any AI on the planet. It makes jaw-dropping images, 4K videos, Grammy-eligible music, research, code, everything in one place. Don't get left behind. The future is already here. Try RI now for free at tryrinow.com. That's tryrinow.com from publicly traded Real-Time Media. RLTR. Try RI now.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football. Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
If they win this game, game ball is coming for Hammond. Dickey keeps going. Outside. Sideline. Touchdown. Texas Tech. Cameron Dickey, 24 yards. Back breaker.
Boy, oh boy, did Texas Tech ever put it on Utah last weekend. Thank you to Fox for that highlight. Texas Tech right now looking to be the top team along with Iowa State in the Big 12 Conference. We're going to do a little football at 50 right now. It's presented by our great partnership with Twin Peaks. And this Thursday, Seahawks and the Cardinals. Twin Peaks will have pint specials at all 5 locations, pregame at the Glendale location, which is walking distance to the stadium, and programming not because of the Cardinals and D-backs playing here at Arizona Sports on 620. We will be on at 10 a.m. until noon on Thursday. That's 10 a.m. until noon on Thursday. Obviously, 620 will be carrying the Diamondbacks game. So if you go to a Twin Peaks, you get the Thursday night football and you get the Diamondbacks game as well.
All right, let's get to a little football 50 there, Connor. Give me some love. All right, you think the ACC is starting to get it? Talking about rankings by the end of the year? Mm-hmm. Well, they're going to shift to 9-game conference schedule starting next year, bringing its format more in line with other Power 4 leagues, somewhat like the SEC, the ACC. No more cupcakes, Jimmy B. Yeah, no more Wisconsin Stouts, Little Sisters of the Poor, or the Jim Bob School of Trucking out of Northern California. That's not going to happen. Sad news coming out of UCF. Sean Clark, UCF's offensive line coach and former Appalachian State head coach, passed away the other day at the age of 50. Program and coaching community are mourning his loss. He fell sick about a week and a half ago. It looks like he just never recovered. So thoughts and prayers with Coach Clark and his family from that standpoint. Big improvements for Virginia Tech athletics, you think? Mm-hmm. Their budget is set to increase by $229 million over the next 4 years to help elevate the program within the ACC. They've already fired their coach, after 3 games?
3 games, yep.
How Virginia Tech has just fallen.
Man, they just went right in the dumpster.
You think of the good old Coach Beamer days many years
Frank
ago.
Beamer, yep.
And then they fired the coach recently. I forget his name because that's how off the
he's
radar
forgettable.
He's forgettable. But they're going to need the money. They're going to need the money. They got to dive into the portal, and they got to look at all things to help that program moving forward. We were talking a little bit about the rankings in reference to, before we went to the break, Miami has left the number 2 in the AP Top 25 poll behind Ohio State, following a convincing win over Florida. You got Oklahoma, Indiana. You mentioned Texas Tech. Yep. Also saw big jumps in the rankings after strong Week 4 showings, Jimmy B.
I was really impressed with Texas Tech. Really impressed with what they did at Utah.
In Utah.
Yeah. You don't walk into Salt Lake City and do that to Kyle Winningham and the Utes. And man, Texas Tech just put it on them.
I think their defense is very sound. I think that's one of the things that they really took a good hard look at. They can score.
Yes.
And they can score a lot. And I think the one thing that they decided, they got to get defense that can stop, put the pressure on quarterbacks, and then also find defensive backs that can tackle in space. Because the Big 12 is known as they used to say, well, it's the flag football league of major conferences because it's all pass and no run. And in that, guys had a hard time tackling other guys in space. So now you got this Texas Tech defense, and they kept Devin Dampier, young man out of Saguaro High School, went to New Mexico, transferred to Utah. When they lost their quarterback, they've been there, the Utah quarterback was there, 8, 9, 10 years by the time he finally left. They really boxed him in and prevented him from running, and they rushed 3. They would drop 8 into the secondary.
8 in the box,
And they basically, they stymied the Utah defense and the offense, and they shut down the running game.
Yeah.
So that was not a Utah-esque type team that Texas Tech just basically blew the doors off them. And they did it with the backup quarterback had to come as well for Texas Tech and take care of business.
My question to you is Miami made a big jump. They moved up 2 slots to number 2. But when you win, Manuch, shouldn't you at least stay where you are?
Isn't it amazing?
Penn State drops. They win.
You're
they
right.
drop.
Penn State wins, they drop. LSU wins, they drop. Georgia, Oregon remain the same. Oklahoma, they win over Auburn. They jump 4 spots. Florida State, they win. They drop. They put a 70 burger on like Samford State or Sanford and Sons or something like that. A&M, nice win. They move up. Texas, they win. They drop 2. But Indiana, are they live or are they Memorex? They move up 8 spots after they absolutely hammered Illinois. I mean, they beat them like a tom-tom. And then to your point, Texas Tech moving up 5 spots to that number 12 position. Here's why it's important. That if you have good teams on your schedule, number 1, you got to beat ranked teams if you're going to end up in the top 12. Remember, folks, just because you win your conference doesn't mean you're going to be ranked in that top 12. You should be. But if you got 2 or 3 losses, you win your conference, you could drop out of the top 12. So it's so vitally important that if you play a cupcake, you crush them. If you play a team that's in your division, that's a good team, you got to beat the dog out of them. Style points matter when you look at some of these teams dropping because they won. But Miami, I think they struggled for 3 quarters before they finally took Florida and won that game convincingly.
Unbelievable. And TCU, Friday night in town, matched up against ASU. Man, huge game. Coming up, hour number 3, Manuch's clipboard is going to be in that hour. We're going to have that for you. And we'll get into the Cardinals and the big baseball game tonight, downtown Chase Field, D-backs and Chargers. D-backs and Dodgers, not Chargers.
You got football in your mind there, Jimmy?
I do. I'm fired up about the NFL. We're coming right back. I'm going to give myself a shot of Jack.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me so, Dana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Two receivers left, Harrison to the right, play action pass. Murray setting up deep in the pocket, looking, his arm hit as he throws far side. Harrison dropped the ball incomplete at midfield. He was wide open. There was nobody around him. It looked like he started to run thinking, man, I'm open, I'm probably going to score. And he dropped the ball. Murray takes the shotgun snap, looks right, throws right, and it's dropped inside the 10, incomplete. DeMercado wide open out of the backfield, dropped the ball. Two just terrific drops on this possession. One by Harrison, now by DeMercado, and the Cardinals will bring on the field goal team. 2 minutes to go. Cardinals lead it 15-13. Murray back to pass on 3rd and 9. Has time, fires far side, and it is incomplete. Knocked away from Zay Jones at the last second by Upton Stout. What a great play by Stout as Jones tried to secure what looked like a good pass from Murray. And now the Cardinals will punt it away, and the Niners could win it with a field goal.
And let's not forget the drop in the end zone by Marv Jr. as well, too, there, Jimmy B. Let's not forget that as well, too.
Well, that's all I can say.
Turn yourself on there, Jimmy B.
Well, that's all I can say. Well, I mean, it sucked. I can say that. Manuch, you are a paid professional. Hey, look, I know we are human. We make mistakes. Yes, I stink on this radio program, and many people have told me so. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn because I am who I am. But when you are making millions of dollars as a wide receiver or as a running back, and you drop passes that hit you right in the numbers, but you try to catch it up against your chest instead of using what you are taught over and over and over again to catch it with your hands, you suck.
Well, or catch and tuck it away in the Zay Jones throw there. I wasn't a fan of the 3rd and 9 throwing the ball at the 2-minute mark. But the ball is a good throw. Ball hit him in the hands. You got to tuck it away.
Yeah.
That defensive back, young guy, by the way, made a nice job of breaking that up. You're a veteran receiver. You got to catch, tuck, put the ball away.
Tell him, Manuch.
Yeah, you do it. And on top of that, I mean, I think a lot of people fail to understand that pass interference call on Zay Jones in the end zone, that ball was to Marv Harrison. Wasn't to Zay Jones. He's the one that got interfered with, right?
Yeah, yes.
That ball hit him in the chest.
Yeah.
I mean, he turns. I mean, we saw the contortionist way of catching by one Marv Jr. at Ohio State, did we not?
Mm-hmm.
We saw him catch with his hands.
Yes.
Catch with his hands.
Always.
Catch with his hands, correct?
His dad
not
taught
his
him well.
Chest.
Yeah.
His Hall of Fame dad.
But then what the hell has happened here?
I think he's trying to be so, what's the word I could say? He's trying to be so sure that he makes a catch that is reverting back to the ball hitting his chest, because it hits his chest and it falls right out. And then you look at the one last week, the one we didn't have last week, the fade route against the Panthers.
I remember that.
In the end zone, he allowed that to get to his chest. He's not high pointing the ball. He's not attacking the ball. They got to go back to fundamentals. I get the jugs machine out. I'd fire about 100 throws, 100 footballs at him and have him attack the football. Come high point the ball. Come get the ball.
Okay, let me explain then to our listeners, because maybe they don't understand when you say high point it. Explain to our listeners, I should say, what high pointing is.
Yeah, what that means is the receiver going to the highest point of the football at the apex where the ball's coming in, or attacking the ball. Extend your arms out to catch the football out. Like Zay Jones, for example. The ball was out here. He's got to go out, catch that. Again, when you reach out for the ball or you go to its highest point at 6'3", 6'4", you should be able to get that ball, either out jump a defensive back or attack the ball to the air, grab it in the air, and then tuck it away. That's what you're supposed to do. So when you hear those, and when you hear Jonathan Gannon and him talking about execution, we've had opportunities after opportunities after opportunities. Plays have been there for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's frustrating for a head coach and an offensive coordinator, receiver coach, and especially the quarterback. And I got to tell you what, I think Kyler Murray's doing a good job of keeping his poise and not losing it on some of these guys on the sideline.
How frustrating, you as a former QB, is that for a quarterback?
It's very frustrating when you know you've worked an entire game for that one shot.
Okay.
That one play down the middle, wide open.
Yeah.
They work an entire game to get one shot. Or you set up, or you'll do a play 3 or 4 times and set a defense up that the next time, instead of him coming across like on a dig route, he fakes the dig route and he goes up. You set that up the entire game.
Okay.
Oh, man, you got it. Bingo. And you dropped
it.
Or you got a situation where you got a guy like in a corner route like he had in the end zone. Problem was you had 2 receivers in the same location. Mm-hmm. Zay Jones was right behind him in the end zone. That play in the end zone, the pass interference. 2 receivers in the same location. So something's wrong there. Marv Harrison Jr., he runs an out route, and Kyler Murray throws the fade route. Press corner. You got to adjust. You got to run the fade. If you got an out route, you got to run the fade. See, we're seeing too many mental mistakes with the quarterback receiver combination, and it's mainly with Marv Harrison Jr. And then I thought it was a great call that Drew Petzing had to DeMarcado coming out of the backfield wide open.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray puts right on him. That's a walk-in 6. So
and he drops it.
You have 2 literally. A walk-in 6 on that to DeMarcado. That's a touchdown.
Yep.
The play to Marv Harrison Jr. out there in the middle of no man's. He's out on a raft in the ocean. There's nobody out there.
There's nobody there.
He moonwalks back into the end. There's 12 points there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the catch the ball he drops in the end zone that Zay Jones got interfered with. There's another 6 points. So there's technically 21 points right there that the Cardinals didn't execute on. And I really believe that's what Jonathan Gannon is talking about in reference to making sure we close the deal. And when we have plays, you got to make them.
Yeah, that is true.
Jim, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I get a little fired up, it's tough to get big plays in games. It's tough to win in the National Football League. It's tough to get plays. Most drives are grinded out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Lions last night, they have a 17, 18 play drive.
They did.
They grinded out. So when you get a home run ball and it's right down Broadway and you take a swing at it and you miss it, well, that's points. That's opportunities, if not anything, to get down the field and get 3 points.
Okay, let me follow up with something that I heard you say that I thought was very important. I want you to elaborate. And that is, you're playing the game to set up for maybe one or two big plays in the game, because that's all you're probably going to get. And yet you fumble it away by dropping passes. And so the frustration level has got to be off the charts. And yet you are still in the game, Manuch, and you can't find a way to win.
That's frustrating. When you know that things were there, all of a sudden I see them wide open and I get blindsided.
Yeah.
They rush 3, they rush 4, or the left tackle whiffs. Or how about this? I hit a big play down the field and I get an illegal procedure call on my left tackle. Or we get another big run and I get a procedure call on my left tackle. Kelvin Beachum, I'm talking about you. You got to know better, buddy. And that's frustrating. It's mental mistakes will kill you. So if they can clean those up and get a lot of those wrongs righted, then this team's got a chance to be right there in the mix for a wild card, or who knows?
You're right. Yeah.
Been taking a run at the NFC West. They got to clean up the mental gaffes and the physical mistakes that they should not be making 3 games into the season.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Is it still a byproduct of not getting enough reps in preseason?
Live reps. Absolutely it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you folks go, well, they should have that worked out. Obviously they haven't.
They don't.
So that's why when you see teams that play a lot of their starters.
Like the Lions played their guys in preseason.
Yeah, or you look at Pittsburgh, you look at the Green Bays. I mean, at least they played enough.
Yes.
Or something's wrong when you practice that you're not having enough physicality, or there's not enough tempo, or there's not enough urgency with the plays that you're running to put that kind of urgency or pressure on your receivers, on your linemen during a game. Now, I'll never forget this. During preseason, when we had kickouts, tryouts for kickers.
Okay.
Chuck Knox would put them in pressure situation. Bill Walsh used to do this. Andy Reid still does this. All of a sudden, he'll call the kickers over. All right, 45-yard field goal. Where you at? Field goal team. We rush in there. So whether the kickers are ready or not, guess what? Hey, Jim Stevenson, you're up. Let's go. So they put them under that kind of pressure. All right, in front of everybody and God, we're out here. If you can make this 45-yarder 3 out of the next 4 times, practice is over. Where you at? So line up. So the whole team's back there. Snap. All right, first one's good. Good. Let's move to the other hash. Second one. Good. All right, let's move to the other hash. Good. All right, you got 2 more tries. We're down. Let's move it back 5. Remember, if you can make them all, we're done with practice. If not, we got to go back to practice. Whew. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to put some kind of mental pressure on these guys. And I think Jonathan Gannon, hey, look, a coach has got to sometimes, you can't be their friend.
I'm with you.
You got to be their coach.
Yes.
You got to, grab them by the face mask, get in their grill, and just say, look, guys, here's the deal. This is where we're at. Okay. Hey, we'll get it worked out. Okay. It's not worked out. Okay. You could be easily 3-0, or you could be easily 0-3. See what I'm saying? That pendulum should not swing like that. So those are some of the things I think as a head coach, you got to get in their grill, put some accountability on them, put some pressure on them. But, who's to say, hey, Marv, let's go, bud. You got to make that catch.
Yes.
Hey, we got to make this catch in film study.
You were the number 4 pick in the draft.
You know what? You got to make that catch. You've got to produce. You had the first year's your mulligan year.
Yeah.
It's time to move on.
That's
time
fair.
to produce.
Yep, that's fair. Okay, everybody. This first segment presented by our great partnership with Biggs American Bar and Grill. We are there every Monday at Biggs in Peoria, right at P83 at 83rd Avenue and Bell. We're there from 1 to 4, and then we stick around because the joint is jumping. It is packed, and 20 lucky people get a chance to roll for dough. We have the jumbo dice. You have a chance to win 10, Manuch, what did I just say?
10,000 ducats.
You
That's
are
a lot of
correct,
money.
amigo. That is Monday nights. We will see you at Big's American Bar and Grill in Peoria. When we come back, Manuch's favorite segment. Well, it's mine too because I really enjoy it as well.
And I pay him to say that.
Well, yeah, you did. Thanks for the 28 cents. Manuch's clipboard is coming up next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. You can listen on AM 620, FM 98.7, HD-2. Find us on TuneIn, Arizona Sports app. Yell at your smart speaker to play ESPN 620. And Alexa listens as well. Streaming on YouTube right now. Manuch's clipboard is next.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com, or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
It's time to make plans to join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B for another Dos Equis Sun Devils watch party. ASU hits the road to face Utah Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Gilbert. This is your ultimate tailgate. Elevated bar favorites in the game on massive LED walls. And at halftime, 25 fans get a shot to roll for dough for $10,000. See you there, Sun Devil fans. All season long at Backyard Desert Ridge and Backyard Gilbert.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Roc is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Roc is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Time for Manuch to do what he does best. Hold the clipboard.
As Manucci takes, slides, hit, keeps the ball 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 50, and he's hauled down from behind at the 10-yard line. Manucci was wondering would he run out of gas or run out of field, and he did a little of both.
Manuch dives into last weekend's quarterback play across the NFL. It's Manuch's Clipboard Report, exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Our favorite segment to everybody, and Manuch pays me, as you all know, to say nice things about him. But I do enjoy this. You should too, because it's always a lot of fun and very, very informational as well. So here he is, the man who always has a plan. My brother from another mother, the one, the only, Dan Manucci.
Thank you for that, Jimmy B. I appreciate that. It's from Manuch's Clipboard. We're going to look at the good, the honorable mention, and the bad. And we're going to give Laz, our resident Chicago Bear. And Connor, our resident Dallas Cowboy, I'm sure they had a bologna sandwich on this game. But we're going to go back to Chi-Town as one Caleb Williams went off as my good.
So here are the Bears, a little flick to Swift, trying to get a flea flicker. It's way up there. Williams recovers, throws a seed, has a man. It is caught for a touchdown. Luther Burden's first in the league.
That's right. Special thanks there to Fox for that Caleb Williams touchdown pass to Burden. Caleb Williams coming alive, first overall pick last year, starting to get his sea legs above him, underneath him, I should say, as the Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys 31-14. He was 19 for 28, 300 yards, four touchdown passes. And the thing I look at, Jimmy B, is he had 0 interceptions, 0 sacks. Caleb Williams, and don't you know those offensive linemen love 0 sacks. The other thing, too, you look at a quarterback and his growth as a quarterback. 8 different receivers. He's not telegraphing his tight end. He's not telegraphing his wide receiver. He's reading the defense. And if there's one thing that Ben Johnson, former OC at Detroit, worked with Jared Goff. He's now the head coach of Chicago Bears. He's reading with him as far as reading the entire field, trusting your eyes, trusting your arm. And the other thing that really came to fruition was on third down conversion, especially early in a game, the Chicago Bears, did I say the Bears?
You did.
They were 8 for 14 on third down conversions. Just move the chains, or move the digital imprint, I should say, and just take what they give you. And I think that when you have a quarterback that's got such a strong arm, is you want to go deep, you want to stretch the field. But when you look at a guy that's on average of close to 10 yards per completion, those are the kind of things you see where a young quarterback is winning with his eyes and winning from the pocket because he's a hell of an athlete.
Yes, he
can run.
Yep.
And the other thing I noticed about the passing game with Ben Johnson, it's more tempo, more play action, more tempo. Get back, get the ball out. Don't be quite so lethargic with your passing game.
Yeah, but you always talk about if you run more up-tempo, then you're not thinking. You're just reacting to what your job is. Maybe that's the best way for Caleb Williams to run the Bears offense.
And here's the other thing, too. Even though it's a new offense, he's starting to understand defenses.
Okay.
So when he sees a pre-snap look and he takes his second step drop, 2 or 3 or whatever his drop is, on his first step, Jimmy, you know where you're going with the football. So that was noticeable in this game versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now it's just a matter of whether he can keep that up on a week in and week out basis. Honorable mention, well, we're going to Philadelphia and one Jalen Hurts.
Room in the middle there. Does Hurts use his legs? He'll look to throw. To the sideline. It's Smith. He's got it. Touchdown, Philly.
Devontae Smith, by the way, is on my fantasy team.
That's why you ran that clip.
Well, that might have been it. Connor picked that one out from, but thank you to Fox on the National Football League. Jalen Hurts led the 33-26 comeback win in that game the other day, and that's one of the things that you take a good look at when you're taking on this Rams team. Jalen Hurts really came alive when he had to. And the key phrase there, Jimmy, is when you have to go out and win the game and you're down as much as they were down, he came in there and just got hot, finding A.J. Brown. He was 21 for 32, 226 yards with the 3 touchdown passes. Again, 0 interceptions, taking care of the football. And you look at the receptions that A.J. Brown had, as I said, 6 receptions in the fourth quarter for that comeback victory over this L.A. Rams team, 33-26. And the other thing, too, is you watch Jalen Hurts really the last 2 years. They started off slow last year. And it seemed though Jalen Hurts was just thinking too much, not playing his game. And I think that, his head coach finally said, hey, look, play your game. Relax. Do what you need to do. And he's very judicious as far as running it. But when he runs it, he's effective.
Why do the talking heads on television then still say, well, he's not an elite quarterback?
I do not understand that. He's taken that team. He's won 2 out of the 3 Super Bowls he's taken them to.
Correct.
Out of the last 4 years, he's taken them twice. Could take him again this year. I think the reason why is because he's not real flashy.
He's not pretty.
He's just consistent.
Yes.
Out routes, hook routes. They don't throw the ball deep. He'll run for a first down, tush push, all that stuff.
Yep.
He's just consistent. And sometimes, vanilla ice cream, vanilla bean, Vanilla chocolate. Vanilla is always that, there's not a lot of flavor. Well, that's okay. Vanilla works just as much as, I don't know, chocolate chip, mint chocolate chip, pistachio, whatever you call it. You don't have to be flashy to win, but he doesn't care. He's just winning, and those are the keys for Jalen Hurts, as he was my honorable mention. My bad? Well, we're going to Hotlanta for this one. It did not work out good.
Penix with time is intercepted.
That's completely on Penix. 100%.
Shaw Smith-Wade takes it in.
Wade just timed it perfectly, but that's completely on the quarterback. That is, you do not make that throw. He threw it.
Yeah, special thanks there to Fox's. I'm sure you have Fox that time. That one basically looked like it was. Who got credit for that one?
That was CBS.
CBS. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate that. I want to make sure I give them credit. Yeah, that was one of the throws. You got to remember now, second year, still learning, but you cannot throw the ball outside late, and you can't make a throw blind. Those are some things that Michael Penix did.
All right, explain that to our listeners.
Well, when he dropped back on this particular route, as he opened up, he had traffic in front of him, and the out route was to the outside. Number one, he was late with it. He threw it to the inside. If you're going to throw anything to the outside, it's got to be timing. And if you're going to miss, you got to miss to the outside. So the jump on the pick six right there, you just can't do that. Sometimes if you don't see it, throw it away. Or if you feel that pressure, he was backed up on that one. Either get rid of the ball, throw in the third row, or whatever. So Michael Penix, in his quarterback growth, took a step back in that 30-0 loss to Carolina. Did I say it was Carolina?
You did.
30-0 loss to Carolina.
Yes, Carolina.
18 for 36, 50%, right? According to K-State math. 172 yards. Here's the other thing, too, and it couldn't be the Carolina defense. He was barely averaging 4.8 yards per completion, just kind of dinking and dunking. And I don't know if this Carolina defense had him confused, but he wasn't looking down the field. He wasn't making his reads. He was almost like predetermining when you watched him throw. 0 touchdowns, as you mentioned, 2 interceptions, that pick six right there. And when you look at some of the bad things that he did, that was one of them. So you just got to put yourself to live for another down at times. Matter of fact, Kirk Cousins came in. I think he was 5 for 7.
I was just going to follow up. They already said Penix is going to start, but if he struggles, are you going to go to Kirk Cousins?
Well, didn't Bryce Young struggle early in the year last year for Carolina?
Yes.
And Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton came in.
The Red Rifle came in and kind of settled things down. And the Carolina Panthers got a little momentum. And then Bryce Young had a chance to sit there in his second year as well, too.
Right.
And kind of take a deep breath. And sometimes for young quarterbacks, so much is coming at you. And you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. The treadmill gets faster, right?
Yeah.
And faster and faster and faster. And you're trying to keep up with the speed of the treadmill. Sometimes you just got to get up on the side, let that bad boy just keep spinning and spinning until you feel confident enough that you can jump back on that treadmill and not wipe out. And sometimes for a quarterback going in their second year, even third year, sometimes you just need that proverbial timeout just to kind of catch your breath, see what's going on, and see some of the mistakes. And that's where the veteran quarterback, the backup, comes in and takes over. But I tell you what, if Kirk Cousins has to come in a couple more times for the sake of that coaching staff, they already fired the receiver coach, right?
They did,
And the offensive coordinator has been put on notice. And your quarterback coach has taken over for the receivers. There's a lot of minutia going on with that Atlanta Falcons team. That's the issue there. Michael Penix, my bad quarterback for the weekend.
Once again, another outstanding segment on Manuch's clipboard.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Golf clap.
Yeah, tips are welcome.
This segment's presented by our great partnership with Twin Peaks. Don't forget Thursday. It is Thursday night football, Seahawks and Cards. And at all of the 5 locations of Twin Peaks, they have pint specials. And if you're going to go to the game, well, do your pregame at the Glendale location. It's walking distance, of course, to the stadium. And also, they will have on not just the football game, but the Diamondbacks game as well. Once again, that is Thursday. We, because of the Diamondbacks game, are going to be bumped up Thursday. We will be on from 10 until noon. That's 10 until noon this coming Thursday. Coming up, Arizona Republic columnist Bob McManaman is going to be our guest. We will pick his brain a little bit about what took place against San Francisco and what he expects against the Seahawks. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD2. Let's get an ESPN 620 update. Here's Matt.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The D-backs open a crucial 3-game series against the Dodgers at Chase Field that could define their playoff fate. Brandon Pfaadt takes the mound for Arizona, while Dodgers phenom Shohei Ohtani counters for LA. With 6 games left and the D-backs just one back, the margin for error is gone, and it's must-win baseball the rest of the way. First pitch is at 6:40 with pregame coverage beginning at 6 on 98.7 FM and streaming live on the Arizona Sports app. Join us for our third watch party Saturday, October 11th at Backyard Desert Ridge as the Sun Devils head to Utah. Incredible Dos Equis drink specials, plus at halftime, 25 people will roll the jumbo dice for their chance to win $10,000. Dos Equis Backyards. Roc and Manuch is with Jimmy B's official home for all Sun Devil road games. Arizona Republic columnist Bob McManaman joins the guys next.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
All right, folks, here we go. 3rd and long, and your old underwear just got blitzed again. Sweaty, bunched up, riding high. That's a wardrobe malfunction, and you cannot coach through that. But hold everything. Chill Boys enters the game. Cool, breathable bamboo boxers, smooth as a perfectly executed 2-minute drill. I slipped on a pair and bam, total comfort in the pocket, even in the Arizona heat. I've called a lot of clutch performances in my day, and I'm calling it right now. Chill Boys is the MVP of underwear. We've all made the switch here at ESPN 620, and trust me, you should too. Head to chillboys.com, use code ESPN, and get 20% off your first order. That's chillboys.com. Folks, this is a game changer. You cannot afford to fumble.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
That nagging joint pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes it's an old injury that never healed properly. Hey, everybody, Dan Bickley here, and QC Kinetics is here to flip the script. They use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that help your body heal and restore the damage in your joints, not cover it up, not cut it out, actually helping heal and restore, and the results are long-term lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around pain, you're planning it around life. You're walking the dog without stopping. You're playing ball with your kid until they get tired. You're waking up without that first step being the worst step. And at QC Kinetics, there's no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. So bring your MRI and your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate, and your first consultation is free, so don't wait. You can find them in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. You can call them at 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
Let's go inside the Cards locker room and down to the field with Bob McManaman. Bob's been covering Arizona sports for the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com since 1981. Now, Arizona Republic columnist Bobby Mack on ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. We go till 4 o'clock today from the Arizona Republic. It is indeed Bobby Mack is our guest. You can find him on X at AZ Bobby Mack. My first question to you, my brother, can you catch a pass? If you're wide open, Bobby, can you catch a pass?
You got any eligibility left there, Bob? They get you on the cheap.
I played a little wide receiver freshman year, high school football. I don't think they ever threw it to me. So I don't know.
Okay.
I played catch with the kids when they were little, and I don't think I dropped one ever.
Okay.
So, yeah, I could probably still do it.
All right,
we
fair
would
enough.
expect nothing less, that's for sure,
Yeah.
Bob.
So in your opinion, why is that happening?
I don't know. There were 3 massive drops. All of them were bad, and I don't think Marvin's was the worst. I don't, but it was probably the most scrutinized of the 3. You know, the DeMarcado drop and the Zay Jones drop were, I think, far more critical in the way the game unfolded. But Marvin, because it's Marvin, it was just a fluke, if you ask me. I hope he doesn't take it too hard. I don't know what the problem was, but I don't want him to get stuck in his own head, because that'll only make it worse. And I think I'm sure the right people are talking to him. Maybe he doesn't want to talk to anybody about it. Maybe you just leave a guy like that alone. I don't know what the answer is, but you don't want him to get stuck in his own head, because you guys know what that can do to an athlete.
Let's not forget about the drop in the end zone, too, Bob, on the pass interference on Zay Jones. That ball hit him right in the chest on that post corner.
Yeah, I know.
And I guess the other two, they were both in the same area. So it looks like there's some communication issues between Marv and the receivers, or on that route that Kyler threw up the field. He was supposed to run a fade. He broke it out. We've seen that a few times. We've seen some miscommunication.
That was a miscommunication, that one, no doubt. But drops, they're not like no-hitters. They happen a lot.
Well, here's the thing. If you noticed last year, he used his hands all the time. These 3 drops he had, even last week against Carolina on that fade route, he let that ball.
He was waiting.
He's letting the ball get to his chest. That's why I think he's pressing instead of snatching it like he did at Ohio State.
He was so wide open. I don't know. I think that maybe surprised him too.
Well, you never, as a receiver, it's a Cardinals and let the ball get to your chest. Number one, snag it with your hands and go. But
you get it. You go get it.
You go get exactly.
Reach out for it.
But it seems like he's, to your point, you would hope he's not pressing, but he's letting the balls get to him. He never did that last year. So I just wonder.
No, he looked like Andy Isabella.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
good call.
Yeah.
Bob
God, I hate
McManaman's
using that.
our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, so take me to the short work week. Everybody has to do it in the league. It's not uncommon. So it's the same for Seattle and the same for the Cardinals. How much difference is it really when you talk about competitiveness on the field on Thursday night?
And let me add to that, without James Conner, without a running game, and guys dropping the ball all over the place. How difficult is that, Bob?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a cakewalk. That's what it is. No, it's anytime the Cardinals play the Seahawks, it's a brutal affair. Yeah. You know, those teams don't like each other. I don't know who, if it's hard to say who's the Cardinals' biggest rival is. People will tell you San Fran or LA. I think it's Seattle, because Seattle, when our fans come to this town, they never leave, for starters. Usually it's after a win, and you could hear them rooting, and the Seahawks players go out there and egg them on even more. When you can hear it in the locker room after a loss. You can hear it when Gannon speaks, or any head coach speaks in the interview. You can still hear it, and that's demoralizing in so many ways. Plus they got that ugly neon green. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Just pile on, Bob.
No, I don't want Seahawks fans coming at me, man. I'm a peaceful guy. Look, it's going to be brutal for both teams, because it's always a battle, and the Cardinals, as you noted, Manuch, are going to be one huge man short. Depending on the rest of the injuries, but James Conner was their force, and it's going to be up to more than just Trey Benson to get that running game going again. And Kyler's going to have to add to it, like it or not, from whoever's point of view. They need to rely on that. That was their calling card, and we haven't seen it this year that much at all. And now you really wonder what it's going to look like against a pretty damn good Seattle defense.
You know, and to take solace if they do rely on Kyler to more running. You put yourself in harm's way. We get it, but you could feel relieved that you got a backup quarterback just in case that happens. That's been there and done that. And to your point, Kyler's first or second leading rusher on the team, which you wish was a running back versus him. But I see what you're saying there, Bob. Benson, DeMarcado, and will Bam Knight also dress and maybe get some opportunities as well too when you're down to 3 running backs like that?
Yeah, and I wouldn't rule out Michael Carter to get the shot.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I really have always liked that guy. Imari will get probably, you know, the most snaps after Benson. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, attrition is a thing in this league, and I think they're all going to get their looks. You know, Bam Knight looked great in one preseason game I remember watching him in. We haven't really seen him, and I'm sure we will at some point, like I was saying. So, but I wouldn't rule out Michael Carter. I think he's got all kinds of abilities he could add to this team. You know, they haven't picked up a running back yet that I'm aware of. Will they do that? I don't know.
Bob, you think they might have discovered something with that the unbalanced right formation at the 29-yard run by Benson? I went, wow, that's a go to that, go right, go left. They had the extra lineman in at tight end on that. That was a great play to kind of break him free. But I was surprised, Bob, that he didn't take that to the house. I really was. I knew he was fast, but he got that air pocket, the defensive back, little 5'0" DB, ran his butt down. I thought he had the home run speed.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a total running back in this league, and there's a reason why James Conner said they had RBAs 1 and 2, or 2 RB1s, whatever you want to say. Everybody has a lot of respect for Benson and what he can do.
Sure.
You know, how much pressure is going to be on him? A ton. I think he's up to it, though. I do. But it's going to get really thin if anything happens to him, man.
Okay, so is the defense capable of putting pressure on Sam Darnold, who has been playing pretty decent football for the Seahawks?
Can they make him see ghosts?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. That was the guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well, choke me up. Excuse me. Boy, it really did. I don't know about ghosts, but if you could run into Josh Sweat and see a demon, then that'll be good. I think they need to unleash that pass rush against this guy because, you know, he has been rattled in previous years. You know, Darnold has had a remarkable kind of comeback story starting really last year, I think, when he really put it all together until the last game or two of the season for him in Minnesota. The defense for the Cardinals has been playing above its head, I think, and maybe that shouldn't be a surprise because what was a weakness is now their strength. But they need to get a better pass rush going, and it's been there at times. We've seen it all 3 games in pieces, but you want to see a full assault here. And if you're going to do it, you know, it'd be a good time to get to 3-1 instead of falling to 2-2 and really looking yourself in the mirror and wondering what's happening to the season. So I'd say it's on the defense again, but the offense is the big concern, right?
Yes.
Let's not kid ourselves. The offense has to get its butt going.
Well, when you hear Jonathan Gannon talk about the running game, out of 24 runs, they noticed out of 17 of the 24 runs, they have guys out of place or did not execute the running play. The big plays have been there. They've missed them. I mean, the frustration. Then the defensive side, again, guys not assignment proof. So I don't know. After this Thursday game, they go back to training camp for a few days, just kind of take a deep breath.
I don't know.
Let's
see what they do on the offensive line. Do they Is this the game they insert Will Hernandez at right guard for Isaiah Adams? I kind of am almost expecting it to happen if Will is up and ready to go. He's been limited, but he's been practicing. Do you do it in 2 days here? I don't know if they will or if they should, but I think it's coming. And if it's not this week, it's probably going to be next week.
It's always good, pal, when we catch up with you before we let you go. How do you see the outcome? Look into your crystal ball.
Ooh, it's really cloudy right now. I mean, it's sure really, there's not a cloud in the sky either, but that crystal ball is really cloudy. I think I'm going to have to pick the Seahawks to win this game, guys.
Hey,
I don't know why, or I know why, but I don't know what the score is going to be. I think Seattle wins by a touchdown probably.
All right, so if we pick up the paper on Thursday morning, Arizona Republic or azcentralsports.com.
Friday, Saturday, maybe. I don't know when. Yeah.
Are you gonna have any?
Go online first because
Okay. So tease us to what
I'll have something.
Tease us to what you might be having Thursday morning with that game, that kickoff on Thursday. What do you got?
No, Friday. Well, the game is Thursday.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah. Just heads
I'm
up.
working on a top secret baseball project that's going to run Sunday. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Well, Bobby, it's just the three of us here talking. There's nobody else
I know.
listening.
I know. Well, listen, you've got at least 3 million people listening to you. Don't forget.
Checks in the mail, Bob. Appreciate it, buddy.
Okay, yeah, I hope so. I haven't checked the mail in a long time, but I'll do that.
Okay, good.
Love you guys.
Thank you, bud. See you. That's Bob McManaman, as always. Once again, you can find him at AZ Bobby Mack. That is at AZ Bobby Mack. Great information from him. He's presented by Azul Bar and Grill in Phoenix. Hey, look, we're not your typical sports bar. We're your hangout where everyone is welcome, and you can come and enjoy live music, watch your favorite sport or sports teams. You can play games, enjoy great food, and it's a terrific atmosphere. Azul Bar and Grill, located 3134 West Carefree Highway, 3134 West Carefree Highway. For more information, just go online, azulgrill.com. That's azulgrill.com for daily events and specials. Okay, quick timeout. When we come back, Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all. We'll also get you up to speed on our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
When hot is not an option, Stay Cool delivers. From patios to warehouses, shops to summer events, Stay Cool's Slim Cool Elite and Cool Cube mobile air coolers bring more air for less money. Rust-free, USA built, backed by over 40 years of cooling expertise. Available now at Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, and Northern Tool. For more information, go to staycool-products.com. Stay Cool Products. Form, function, value. Get yours today and beat the heat.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Leaders don't wait, they innovate. The next big leap is here. Real Time's Real Intelligence, RI. It's smarter, faster, and cleaner than any AI on the planet. It makes jaw-dropping images, 4K videos, Grammy-eligible music, research, code, everything in one place. Don't get left behind. The future is already here. Try RI now for free at tryrinow.com. That's tryrinow.com from publicly traded real-time media. RLTR. Try RI now.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 bucks. Mondays, Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
There's never
never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football. Pressure coming, Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
We got 6 games left, and it's not how you start a season; it's how you finish. That's what I'll focus on right now. And we're in a position to continue to make statements and play good baseball, and continue to put ourselves right in the thick of any chance of making the postseason.
And that's exactly where the Diamondbacks are. The skipper with Torey Lavello with making his comments as we get ready for baseball tonight. Downtown Chase Field, Dodgers, D-backs, Shohei Ohtani on the bump for the Dodgers, and it is Brandon Pfaadt for the D-backs. That is indeed our Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all. In a wreck, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900, always at lernerandrowe.com. The aforementioned baseball game, that is what is on tap tonight. You can listen on our sister station, 98.7 FM, also on DirecTV 686, and on Cox Cable Channel 34. So there you go with what's on tap tonight. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. For a free quote repair or an installation, just go to state48roofing.com. Manuch, what do you got?
All right, so you can go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter or X. What will be the biggest key? The biggest key for the Diamondbacks to win this series between the Dodgers and the Padres? Is it the starting pitching, the bullpen, defense, or hitting? Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch and you can vote. The starting pitching, the bullpen, defense, hitting. Jimmy B, which way did you go on this one?
I went starting pitching.
That's it. That's how I went to, the starting pitching. Connor, which way did the baseball fans lean on this one?
We had 33% go with hitting, 17% went with the starting pitching, but it was the rest overwhelming at 50%, the bullpen.
Yeah, I kind of let this marinate a little bit. I just figured, the bullpen's always going to be that de facto, right?
But you got to get to the bullpen.
Well, let me finish my
you
thought,
got to have
Jimmy.
starting pitching.
Jimmy, please. All right, zip.com. Let me finish my thought, okay? Is that another probationary period that we put Jimmy on probation for about 2 months?
No.
Okay, let me finish my thought over there.
Up.
Yeah. So here's the bottom line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You sitting down over there? Hands at 10 and 2?
They are.
Okay, let me finish this thought real quick. Are you ready for it? Yeah. You got to get solid pitching for 5 to 6 innings. You got to carry that team through because you got the Dodgers, you got the Padres. And then from that standpoint, I would say secondary, the bullpen, who's been pitching fairly well as of late. Let me knock on wood. My head, Jimmy's head. But I really think the starting pitching, which has been kind of the last 2 weeks, has really carried this team through. Look at Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo Rodriguez is coming alive. Zach Gallen coming alive. Brandon Pfaadt, who's on the bump tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Nelson, who's on the mound. So those 4 have got to be the guys that have got to move this thing forward. Now, the only question mark I would have, is the getaway game. That'll be on Thursday.
Yeah.
Is Krismat.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You got Yamamoto. You can't chance it. So I'd probably take one of the guys.
Would you take Gallen and move him up?
I might move Gallen up a day.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can't. You know what? Hey, this isn't just we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're working out.
Yeah, we're working here. Yeah.
We're working out. So I think that it's all hands on deck.
Okay.
Starting pitching, got to get a good 6, maybe 7 innings from these guys. Then the bullpen, then the bats, because it's all about pitching and defense. And hopefully the D-backs can win 2 out of 3, and then go to San Diego and 2 out of 3 there. And then you know what? The rest is up to the fate of the baseball gods.
Oh, we're back
facing.
to fate.
And here's the irony of all this.
Okay.
So Cincinnati, who's got the what do you call that? They've got the
called the tiebreaker, Manuch.
Yeah, they've got Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Okay.
And they own the tiebreaker against the Diamondbacks.
And then the Mets.
Yes.
Okay, their last 3 games are against the Marlins.
Yes.
Guess what? The Marlins have won 9 out of the last 10. Let's go Marlins. Let's go Pirates. The D-backs are 1 game back. They're going to need some help. So there will be a lot of scoreboard watching on top of all that.
You know, look, I was funning at you there, and that's why I interrupted you, because I could, and it was fun.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was fun for me. So, and that's all I care about. Is it fun for me? Yeah, then I'm good. So the point that I want to make, and I understand the peeps are in the bullpen, but you and I saw this game exactly the way that it needed to be seen. You got to have a starter get through at least 6, because we know how trashy the bullpen can be for the Diamondbacks. And then that all encompasses to bring in hitting and scoring runs. So didn't we see a game where Brandon Pfaadt went 9 innings?
Yes, you did.
And they lost the game in extra innings, so that great effort that he put in went for nothing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That was really,
we're sitting in here watching it.
Not, by the way.
Yeah.
An oxymoron in Major League Baseball pitching.
Yes.
A complete game. Let me say that again. He went 9 innings.
He did.
And he threw a 1-hitter. He had a no-hitter through 6 innings?
6 innings.
1-hitter, 0-0, going into extra innings, and they lose that game to San Francisco. And this one, here comes Brandon Pfaadt. I hope he can still keep the ball down, mixing his pitches. He was phenomenal. That was one of the better pitched games of the year in Major League Baseball. So, number one, let's hope they can do that again.
He needs to pitch again like that tonight.
Ohtani is starting to get his sea legs underneath him as a pitcher.
Yes.
The Dodgers, to your point earlier, they want to go in with momentum, feeling good about themselves. And don't you know that 2 years ago when they won the division and got swept by the Diamondbacks, that's still stuck in the back of their crop.
Oh, they have not forgotten.
Dave Roberts said, we cruised too much. He said, I thought we knew better. He said, we learned a very valuable lesson with that. Ryan Nelson has pitched very good. He's kept the ball down. He's going to go against Snell tomorrow night. Then whether it's Crisman or Zach Gallen, it's going to go against Yamamoto. He's starting to finally get it, okay? Then you got to go to San Diego. They say Gallen, but you got Darvish, King, and Pivetta. Now, the Padres clinched their wild card spot.
They're in.
But again, these teams want to go in feeling pretty good about themselves, having a few days off.
All right. Look, it was fun. Great show today. All of the twists and turns with coaches being fired. Hello, Oklahoma State.
Injuries.
Oh, man.
The Heisman Trophy race has turned.
Oh, it has.
McTeer out for a few weeks.
Yeah. Wow. And the big baseball game tonight downtown Chase Field.
Tomorrow, guys, we'll be at Twin Peaks a day early. We're going to have Brian Wright, the head coach for NAU, have our campus quickies. And the Banks, Michael Banks, will also join us. We'll be at Twin Peaks tomorrow.
Love it when Banks comes on the show. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Matt, Connor, thank you for everything that you do. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
If you could hear Old Spice